the giant lose. I see next side. I hear the giant lose. I see next side. I hear the giant lose. I see next side. I hear the giant lose. We rolling with the big blue machine. We sinking with the big blue machine. We winning with the big blue machine. We jamming with the big blue machine. I see next side. I see next side. I hear the giant lose. I hear the giant lose. I see next side. I see next side. I hear the giant lose. I hear the giant lose. Sticking with the big blue machine. We jamming with the big blue machine. We rolling with the big blue machine. We winning with the big blue machine. Trouble, trouble.
Look how easy we go hammer them. Everything we do is a bad them. Now mix we up in the drama them. You see that next team a scammer them. Look how easy we go hammer them. Everything we do is a bad them. Now mix we up in the drama them. You see that next team a scammer them. Now if we vote for the losing team. Now if we vote for the losing team. Now if we vote for the green team. Now if we vote for the green team. CCM massively sharing hammer. CCM massively sharing hammer. Hammer them. Hammer them. Hammer them. Hammer them.
Increase the momentum, Bradley. Increase the momentum. Mr. Evelyn, tell him what to see down. Hey, see down. See down, yeah. See down, Mr. Jeffers. Increase the momentum. Talk to them. Increase the momentum. Hey, Mr. Lyman, tell him what to see down. Hey, see down. Hey, see down. Hey, see down, Miss Bradley. I see here we voted. Tell him, Mr. Brad. I see here we voted. What we doing? Tell him what to see down. Hey, see down. Tell him. See down. Want them. See down. Want them. Increase the momentum. Everybody, everybody. Increase the momentum. Jump, jump, jump. Tell him what to see down. Tell him we say, see down. Tell him we say, see down. This is what we say, see down. Tell him. Increase the momentum. Everybody, everybody. Increase the momentum. Oh, hey, see down. Tell him. See down. Want them. Tell him what to see down. Want them. See down. Hey. We want to feel a share, and we don't care. Sincere, busy, yes we out here. We want to feel a share, and we don't care. Sincere, busy, yes we out here. We fighting off corruption. Put it on it.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. Good evening to the good people of Craddock Road and the surrounding areas. It is the voice of the Concerned Citizens Movement one more time on this beautiful Thursday evening. And of course, the Big Blue Machine has rolled into Craddock Road. And we are here, ladies and gentlemen, those of you who are hearing my voice, we are here to bring you the issues and to look to you for a fresh and an increased mandate. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your chairperson for tonight, but before we go any further, we will ask God's blessings upon us and upon this meeting. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we approach your throne of grace this evening, dear God, as we're about to have another public meeting here in the Craddock Road area. Dear God, we ask you to grace this meeting with your presence. We ask, dear God, that you give all of our speakers clarity of mind, clarity of thought, dear God. We ask that you continue to ensure that we keep our meetings clean, that we continue to bring the issues to the people of Nevis. Dear God, it is always said that the will of the people is the will of God. And so we know that the will of God was with us in 2017. And dear God, we ask that the will of God will again be with us in 2022. We ask that you bless those who are on their way, quicken their steps. Bless all of us who are here. And may whatever be said and done be to your glory and your honor. In Christ's name we pray. Amen and amen. Ladies and gentlemen of Craddock Road and surrounding areas, we are here once again, the sound of the Concerned Citizens Movement. And why we are here, ladies and gentlemen, we are here because an election is upon us. We know that the Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Mark Brantley, has made the announcement that nomination day is Monday, the 5th of December. And election day for the island of Nevis is Monday, the 12th of December, 2022. Let me say from the onset that I'm your chairperson for tonight, giving the Honorable Troy Liebert a break for tonight as the chairperson. And of course, he has been doing a remarkable job over the past couple of meetings, over the past weeks as the chairperson. And so here this evening tonight, I am your chairperson. And as I said, we are here because we are here to bring you the issues, ladies and gentlemen. 5 years has gone by very quickly. And so we must go back to the polls. And so we are here, ladies and gentlemen, in December of 2022 to bring the facts to you, to bring the evidence to you, to remind you that the CCM-led Nevis Island administration has been doing a tremendous job in government over the past 5 years. And because your CCM government has been doing such a remarkable job in government, we are coming to you because we need your help to give us a fresh mandate. We need not only a fresh mandate, but we are also looking for an increased mandate. But remember that when the votes were counted, when the ballots were in, when the announcements were made in 2017, it was 4 seats to the Concerned Citizens Movement. 4 out of 5. And this time around, we are very confident that we will bring home all 5. And so we are looking towards you, ladies and gentlemen. We are looking for support in all 5 constituencies. Because you know, and I know, and everyone in Nevis know, and everyone who is hearing my voice know, whether you are listening in St. Kitts and Nevis, whether you're listening overseas, the facts are there. The evidence is clear that the Concerned Citizens Movement is a government that has you, the people of Nevis, at heart. The Concerned Citizens Movement has the development of the island of Nevis at heart. And everything we do, everything that we have done for the past 5 years, it has been about the people. It has been about the residents and nationals of Nevis. And it has been about the development of our beautiful island of Nevis. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 years of unprecedented development here on Nevis, bearing in mind that over the past 5 years, COVID-19 has robbed us of 2 years. Notwithstanding the fact that COVID has been unkind to us for 2 years, we have seen development like we've never seen on the island of Nevis. And we have seen that development throughout the length and the breadth of the island of Nevis. And wherever you go on the island of Nevis, the work of the CCM is there, plain to be seen. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here tonight in Craddock Road. And we are here because we're here to support 2 of our candidates. The candidate that will be running on the left, the Honorable Spencer Brand, the only brand in town. And the candidate who will be putting her name on the ballot for the very first time, who will be running on our right, will be the Honorable, the lady senator, the lady who made history in the National Parliament a couple of weeks ago, the Honorable Latoya Bianca Jones. The Honorable Latoya Bianca Jones. She will be putting her name on the ballot in the corner of the CCM for the very first time. And so, ladies and gentlemen, the big blue machine is here in the heart of Craddock Road at the Mango Tree Bar. And we're here because we are putting our full support behind the Honorable Spencer Brand. And we are putting our full support behind the Honorable Latoya Bianca Jones. And we know, ladies and gentlemen, based on what we have seen over the past 5 years, that the Concerned Citizens Movement will be returned to government. And we are not just looking for the Concerned Citizens Movement to be returned. We are looking to be returned in landslide fashion. We are looking to be returned in landslide fashion. And that is why we are here tonight. And I want to thank all of the good folks who have been out in their numbers to our meetings and to our meeting here in Craddock Road tonight. And so we have people here in support of the Honorable Spencer Brand and folks here in support of the Honorable Latoya Jones. And we have folks here in support of all 5 of our CCM candidates. And so tonight, ladies and gentlemen, all of our candidates will be here. They will be coming on stage. They will be coming on the platform to bring home the point that the only choice come election day, come Monday the 12th of December, will be the Concerned Citizens Movement.
On election day, we gonna hammer them. It's only one choice. We vote for CCM.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be hammer time. Hammer time once again. Come December the 12th.
Look how easy we go hammer them. Everything we do is about them.
Ladies and gentlemen, as I said, I'm only your chairperson for tonight. But I'll have to set the stage for the other speakers who will be coming. They will be lighting up the stage, ladies and gentlemen, and bringing to you all of the issues that will ensure that we are back in government come the 13th of December 2022. And so, ladies and gentlemen, never mind the Honorable Troy Liebert is not sharing tonight. He still wants to come and say a few words. So, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome the Honorable Troy Youthant Liebert.
I'm jamming with the big blue machine. I'm rolling with the big blue machine.
CCM, tell them we can't clear. We can't clear. When the big blue machine touch on the scene, we can't clear. We can't clear. Show me your body finger. Your body finger. Show me your body finger. Put them up, put them up, put them up. Show me your body finger. Show me your body finger. Show me your body finger. Put them up in that.
Thank you very much, Eric. You know, elections are around the corner. The 12th of December, I believe today is December 1st. So we got what? 11 more days. There are no days off in this thing. And you know, CCM people, good night. How are you feeling? Good night, Craddock Road. You know, I got so excited when I came up here on the stage I almost forgot my manners. Good night, Craddock Road, wherever you are. You know, I love to come here. I love to have meetings at Mango Tree Bar because it's a little bit different to any of the other venues that we go to hold these public meetings. And you know why? Because we are right here next to the main road in Craddock Road. So if you're over here, where we are now, on the right side, we're in St. Thomas's. And if you take a little walk across to where I was just coming from, on the left side of the road, you're in St. Paul's, Charlestown. And so when we come here, we get to talk to St. Thomas's and represent Latoya. Make some noise if you're representing for Latoya. And we also get to talk to Charlestown, and we represent the only brand in town, Spencer brand. Make some noise if you're supporting Spencer. You see, we are a democratic nation. We love democracy here in Nevis. We believe that the voice of the people is sacred. So every 5 years, we come to you, the people of Nevis, and we put our record before you. And then it is up to the people of Nevis to decide who you want to be the government here in Nevis. In 2013, we came before you, and you looked at the Concerned Citizens Movement favorably. At that time, we were led by the Honorable Van Same of blessed memory, and you gave us 3 seats. We won in St. John's, we won in St. James, and we won in Gingerland. Then, because of the stellar performance of your Concerned Citizens Movement in government, we came back to you in December of 2017. And what did the people of Nevis do in December of 2017? You gave us an overwhelming victory with an increased mandate, and we were able to add Charlestown to the fold. The Honorable Spencer Brand, he came into the cabinet, and oh, how he has worked. And you will hear him tonight, and you will hear about all of the good things that Spencer Brand has brought to Nevis. And I must say that Spencer Brand is a man. He's a quiet guy most of the time, you know. He's quiet most of the time, but he works and he gets things done. He's always out there working for the people of Charlestown. And you see it all over Nevis. All over Nevis. You see the imprint of Spencer Brand. And this is 2022. And we are coming back to you, the people of Nevis, for a refreshed mandate. I have no doubt in my mind that on the 12th of December, you're going to take home Spencer back to Parliament, back to government. But I said in 2017, you gave us 4. In 2022, we want an increased mandate.
On election day, he's on a hammer. There's only one choice, we vote to CCM.
We have worked hard. We have worked hard. And we think we can do even better if we get that increased mandate. You see, the Concerned Citizens Movement, one of the good things about this party, is that we know how to identify talent. And so the good leader of the party would have looked around. He would have looked around because, you know, we said we're not satisfied with having 4 out of 5 We want 5 out of 5. So the good premier would have looked around, and when he looked around St. Thomas's, one person kept coming to the fore. I'm getting so excited up here. One person kept coming to the fore. And so the premier said, I believe this is the right person. And all of CCM have said, we believe that this is the right person. And St. Thomas's, come December 12th, you are going to have the opportunity to show us and to show all of Nevis that Latoya Jones is indeed the right person for St. Thomas's. You know, for many, many years, politics in Nevis, when we talk about politics in Nevis, people used to say, well, St. Thomas's is a sure seat. You know what? Since the introduction of Latoya Jones to politics, not a soul has been saying anything about any safe seat in St. Thomas's. You don't hear that anymore. You don't hear that anymore. And you know why? Because all over St. Thomas's, you have seen Latoya. She is around every single day. And you know, Latoya has come from among St. Thomas's. She's from Barnsgot, a Barnsgot product. You know her. You know who she is. You know the kind of work she is capable of doing. She's driven and she's intelligent. And so, St. Thomas's, we want to ask you to support Latoya. Nevis, you would have heard. The Honorable Alexis Jeffers said it. Eric Evelyn said it too. There's a seat waiting in the cabinet for her. All of us want her in there. You know why? You know why? Because running an island is not easy. And so we need good people on board to help with the work. You understand? We need good people. And we know that Taya is good people. And so I'm looking forward to the 12th of December. And I'm hoping that all of you are energized. I'm hoping that you're talking to your friends and to your family and you're telling them that come December 12th, all of you, all of us need to go out to the poll and vote. And when we vote, we have to make sure that our vote is placed for the concerned citizens movement.
CCM we voted. Tell them it's a front. CCM we voted. What we doing? Tell them what you see now.
You know, we have some people walking around in the green, all day in the green, and they can't get no traction at all. Not a soul in Nevis following them.
What?
The same people all the time. They're not bringing anything fresh. They don't have any ideas. And you know what else we know? When it comes to standing up for the people of Nevis, NRP is never, ever present.
What?
There is only one party that consistently stands up for the people of Nevis. And that's the Concerned Citizens Movement Party. That's the party that is led by Mark Brantley, the CCM. And we have to go out and defend our party on election day. You know what I don't want? I don't want any of our good Nevision people to sit aside and decide, hey, we can rest on our laurels because what? CCM is going to win anyway. No. What I want is that every single one of you makes that effort to go out to vote on election day. Because you know what? It's votes that count. At the end of the day, when the night comes, is the votes they're going to tally. So make sure if you're out there and you're under the sound of my voice tonight, that you will make that effort to go out to the poll and vote from election day. Do not let it be said of you that on election day you did not go out to the poll to vote. Because when we win, and win we shall, you know, when we win, we want it to be a landslide victory. Our candidates, they're going to come to you tonight and they are going to speak about our record of success, because the Concerned Citizens Movement has had a lot of success in government. You know, we hear, well, I don't even want to mention too much about them. But somebody sent me a little clip, because people could be very mischievous, you know, and sometimes they want to disturb you with these clips. And an artist still out there saying, you know, that nothing happened in Nevis. What? Still out there saying that. And, you know, one of the things they like to say, they like to pick on education, you know. All of them love to pick on education. But I'm the Minister of Education. And so I just laugh, because I know it's a whole lot of things happen in Nevis in education. I know when I became the Minister of Education and we started to do a lot of renovations on the schools, I remember going to some of the schools and the teachers would come to me and give me a hug and they would say, Lord, I have to thank you. I have to thank you, because nowadays, when we call for things to happen, things happen quickly. And while we're here in Craddock Road, and we are so close to Charlestown Primary, let me say congratulations to Charlestown Primary for winning that football. It's a whole lot of work. It's a whole lot of work we've done at Charlestown Primary recently. I remember a couple of years back, the Honorable Spencer Brand came and he said, Minister Liebert, I want to get some work done at Charlestown Primary. Here is my idea. My idea is that I want to take that office building and fix it up. And I said, well, Spencer, it's your area. Run with it. You are the man. And look over there at Charlestown Primary now. Is a brand new office. The principal and the secretary and all of the teachers have there to use. That's only one of the things. That's only one of the things that I'm pointing out. And the reason I'm pointing it out is because it's right here next door to us in Craddock Road. You understand? There are numerous other stories just like this that could be told all around Nevis. We did a lot of work at Charlestown Primary, a lot at Charlestown Secondary, at Ivor Walters Primary, at St. Thomas's Primary, at JLPS. All over Nevis we did work, at St. James's Primary. Everywhere we continue to improve. This is a government that works for the people.
On election day, we gonna hammer them. It's only one choice. We go to CCM.
Well, Eric, I told Eric to call me, you know. Don't let me stay up here and get warm. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask you here in Craddock Road, okay? If you're on the left and you're voting in Charlestown, come election day on the 12th of December. Go out and vote for Spencer Brand. In Spencer Brand, you have a representative that you could be proud of. You could walk around anywhere and say, Spencer is my representative. And you could feel good. And not just feel good, because he's going to work for you. And if you're here on the right, I'm asking you to go out and let us make a change in St. Thomas's. St. Thomas's. St. Thomas's, come over to the blue team. St. Thomas's, go out and vote for Latoya Jones. I know that if you do that, you will be very, very proud of the type of representation that you will get. I can guarantee it. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I think this meeting here in Craddock Road is going to be a wonderful meeting. Those of you who are watching on the live, if you're on Facebook, please share the live. Let everybody know that the Concerned Citizens Movement is live in Craddock Road. We're in town and we're in St. Thomas's. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my quota for tonight. Do have a wonderful night. Chairman, where are you?
I'm jamming with the big blue machine. I'm rolling up the big blue machine.
CCM, tell them we gone clear. We gone clear. When the big blue machine touch on the scene, we gone clear. We gone clear. Show me your multi finger. Your multi finger. Show me your multi finger. Put them up, put them up, put them up. Show me your multi finger.
All right. Thank you very much, Honorable Troy Liebert. Of course, Troy was talking about all the good things that are happening in education. And Troy, you forget to mention the Gingerland Secondary School. And some fabulous things are happening up there. Thanks to you. All right. Okay. So we want to thank the Honorable Troy Liebert for that wonderful presentation tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We are only warming up. We are warming up tonight because we are on the home stretch. And we are already seeing the numbers increasing at our meeting because our people are getting excited. Our people are getting excited. The big blue machine is rolling. And ladies and gentlemen, while we are rolling, I want to introduce to you our next speaker. Our next speaker, the action man, the man for Nevis for St. James, the Honorable Alexis Zook Jeffers.
I'm jamming with the big blue machine. I'm rolling up the big blue machine.
CCM, tell them we gone clear. We gone clear. When the big blue machine touch on the scene, we gone clear. We gone clear. Show me your multi finger. Show me your multi finger.
Thank you very much, DJ. Thank you. Why you stop? Just let me get organized. Play a little bit more. Just for a few more seconds.
Increase the momentum. I'm jamming with the big blue machine. I'm rolling up the big blue machine.
CCM, tell them we gone clear.
Okay, I think we're ready. DJ, thank you very much. Let me start by saying good night to the people of Craddock Road. And I have to say Craddock Road on the left and Craddock Road on the right. But since we are here at Baffle Shop here at the Mango Tree Bar, that is, let me say good night to all who are hearing me. I believe we are being heard down by the base, over in Jessops, over in Ramsbury, over in Government Road, all the way up in Hamilton. We are being heard throughout St. Paul and St. Thomas Parish. Good night to you. I want to welcome all who are listening via Von Radio, all of the social media platforms. We are going far and wide, and I believe we are being heard very clear tonight. So I want to thank the persons who are responsible for the sound. At least we have gone about a week in campaigning, and my voice is still standing up. That's a good thing. That is good. So we are here in Craddock Road tonight to support two of our esteemed candidates. I'm talking about the Honorable Spencer Brand on the left. And I'm also talking about the new queen on the block, Latoya Bianca Jones, who will be running in the St. Thomas's Parish, Nevis 5. So we are supporting Nevis number 1. and Nevis number 5. So tonight, we're going to bring a message to you. And I want to say to you tonight that the CCM has always brought a message of hope. A message that is going to resonate throughout the island of Nevis because we have a transformation process that is going to be unfolded before your very eyes over the next 5 years. But before we get to Spencer and Latoya, let us talk a little politics because, of course, they have given us a limited time slot tonight because we want to feature those 2 candidates because they have a lot to offer. One for sure, Spencer is going to tell you what his record has been over the last 5 years. And he has had a stellar record. So he'll speak about that. And then Latoya will speak to you about her plans for the next 5 years for the constituency of Nevis 5, St. Thomas Parish. But let me speak about things that have been happening here on the island of Nevis. Because I want to say to you that the CCM party has done an excellent job at representing you both locally, also federally as a party. We have done an excellent job to transform the island of Nevis. And you know, when they say nothing is going on Nevis, I say, well, that is the opinion. Everybody can say what they like. Because this good gentleman from Bath used to be up and down saying, me a man. So I ain't happy up and down, nothing happening. I don't want to say them a me a man. But all I'm telling you, you must be either blind, deaf or dumb in order for you to stand up on any platform and say nothing is happening in Nevis.
What?
But while they're saying nothing is happening, they're still criticizing every single thing that is happening in Nevis.
What?
All of the good things that are happening in Nevis, they're criticizing it. They criticize road. As a matter of fact, they criticize Craddock Road. They criticize Hanley's Road. They criticize Brownhill. They say too much walls going up. They say you're giving people walls higher than the walls of China. But I grudge people over in Brownhill. They grudge people here in Craddock Road for the nice smooth road. They grudge people down in the Hanley's Road. They even grudge people in Butlers because, you know, they take up something the other day, put up the work that was being done on the road and say, see what CCM has left. But you go over there right now, brand spanking new road over in Butlers. But I'm going to say to the NRP, go ahead, criticize everything.
Look how easy we go hammer.
Go ahead.
Everything we do is a bad day.
The reason why I'm telling them go ahead to criticize because the voters are going to come right here on Nevis. They're going to touch down at Van Sammer International Airport. They're going to touch down over at the water taxi pier. And when they come in and they see the transformation that has taken place in Nevis, Lord, CCM gone clear. Because the one thing people don't like is deceitfulness. You can't fool the people.
Everything we do is a bad day.
It's one thing people of Nevis, whether they live home or abroad, they don't like deceitfulness. They don't like persons who lie to them either. I would tell the NRP in August of this year, when we had that federal election, persons came here, and when they heard from overseas, nothing was happening, and they traversed the whole of Nevis. When they saw what was happening, they said, Lord, NRP to lie.
What?
And when you see a liar, hear a liar, the next thing you'll say is there, oh. And that's what they did in 2011. That's what they did in 2011. Stole an election from the people of Nevis. Robbed them of their dignity. Robbed them of their democracy. Robbed them of what we consider to be human in this place. And that is your democratic right.
What?
So they did that and the people punished them for that. But who would have stand up for the people of Nevis and who continue to stand up? The CCM party. The CCM party has always stood up for the people of Nevis. And when we went over to Bastia and we said if things are not going in the favor of the people of Nevis, we'll have none of that. And we demonstrated that in deed and in action. Because when we realized that the former Prime Minister felt that he could trample on the people of Nevis, who stood up? The Honorable Mark Brantley, the Honorable Eric Evelyn, and the Honorable Alexis Jeffers. We stood up on behalf of the CCM party. We stood up on behalf of the people of Nevis. We said no more, because we have a mandate to fulfill for the people of Nevis.
On election day, we gonna hammer them. It's only one choice. We vote to CCM.
We said we had a mandate to fulfill for the people of Nevis. For on behalf of the people of Nevis, that is. And that is to ensure that the best interest of the people of Nevis is always looked after. CCM doing that for you, man. CCM is the only party that has demonstrated here on the island of Nevis that they care about the people. You heard Eric talk about COVID-19. I don't want to go back down that road. But we understood what happened then. But when we asked the NRP to come on board, we didn't even ask them by way or verbally. We wrote to them. The Premier of Nevis wrote to them. And they flatly refused to join in with the CCM. You know what they wanted? They wanted the CCM to fail. They wanted persons to fall down in this island of flies. And I'm talking straight because that is what they expected. They wanted to campaign against the CCM and said you didn't look out for the people of Nevis.
What?
But the CCM, with the leadership that we have in the Honorable Mark Brantley, the entire cabinet, go all the way down to Troy, the junior ministers, everyone who sits around that table, we came up with a prescription plan to rescue this island, to protect the people of this island, to ensure that lives and livelihoods were protected. But look at us tonight. Look at us tonight, happy as ever. And it's all born out of the fact that we were able to handle that difficult period of time with all of the vim, vigor, and vitality that we had. And we came out of that stronger than ever. We came out of that period of time a more resilient island, because we have seen a mushrooming of businesses in Nevis. And those who talk about small businesses struggling, every day you hear one of them on the radio, oh, support small businesses. Who have done a better job? The CCM have done that. I want to say to you that the CCM would have partnered with the Republic of China, Taiwan. We have $5 million that was made available to young ladies, any young lady, middle-aged lady, older ladies, all ladies who want to get into small business. Money was made available to them through SIDU. Young men under 35 could start their own business. And the reason why we say 35 and under is because we understood that most of the established businesses were in the hands of the more matured ones among us. We wanted to bring our young people along. And so we made those funds available. So what do you mean by supporting small business? Many people have their own little business going on now. Some of them call what? Sip and seal. Seal and sip. All kind of businesses now. Listen, CCM has worked. And CCM supports small businesses here on the island. Those who continue to complain, tell them I say, go and bring back the $25,000 that they got from SIDO and never paid back. I'm telling you, $1 million was sitting down inside SIDO when NRP took over in 2006. Every NRP business got $25,000. None of them paid back a penny. What a tragedy. It was meant to be a revolving fund. Bring back the $25,000 and then that will be made available to another business. That is how you were thinking then, back then, as a party in government. But all of them came in, took the $25,000 and run. And now complaining, say we're not supporting. But we have put certain conditions in place so that young men, young women, or women of all ages can start a small business. And what that has done, it has empowered our people. People have gotten employment. And those who have those businesses can tell themselves they're contributing to the development of this small island. So we have done things. But you see, when they talk and then a challenge, sometimes they think they're right, you know. But there are times when you just have to keep your tongue between your teeth, like the old people say, and don't even study them. Because CCM, just the name alone tells you that CCM means well for the island of Nevis. And so, ladies and gentlemen, an election is coming and a lot of noise is being made up and down the place. A lot of noise is being made. I said to the people of Nevis, and especially the people of St. Paul's, you have a man there in Charlestown. He said to you in 2017, give him a chance and he will earn the rest. You gave him that chance. You gave him that chance and he has certainly earned the rest. You look all up and down Nevis. All up and down Nevis, roads have been constructed all up and down Nevis under the leadership of the Honorable Spencer Brand. You talk about water. We have seen some stabilization in the distribution of water on Nevis, because when the NRP was there, they boast that they are being supplied 1 million gallons of water every day by a company called Bede. But Nevis never had the storage capacity for $1 million, 1 million gallons, sorry. But we were paying for 1 million gallons even though we couldn't store it.
What?
You're right, what? What was going on then? So every night you hear them talk about it, so something was amiss with that, you know. Seems like a little bubble, but we're going to leave that. We don't complain. We don't spend time to dwell in the past. What we are doing is ensuring that the future of Nevis and the people of Nevis is secured. That is why Spencer Brand went to work on water. And right now, we have over 3 million gallon storage capacity here on the island of Nevis. That is government at work. That is a minister at work. That is your representative at work there in Charlestown. Up in Hamilton, there was a well up there, a non-productive well. Well, not non-productive, but it was not producing and placed into the system here in Nevis. Spencer went and got the necessary apparatus to ensure that the water that was being pumped into the system was WHO standard. He did that. Spencer did that. So we have water in Nevis, as they say, a bus pipe. You see all the pipe rupturing all up along Nevis? Pressure busting pipe. And before it all said and done, before 22 December 12th, maybe pressure gun bust pipe on the other side too. Because Spencer has done something to transform water. So Spencer can speak with authority when it comes to roads, when it comes to water, when it comes to the environment, when it comes to postal service. Spencer Brand can speak with authority. And I said to you in St. Paul's, there's a lot of noise being made in St. Paul's. A lot of rare and a lot of rara coming from the other side. We don't want no rare and no rara in our government here in Nevis. The NIA must have no rare and no rara. It must have a minister that has class, who have dignity, and who is a family man, who stands up for the people of St. Paul. So Spencer Brand is your guy. Spencer Brand is your guy. And I know he's going to win in a resounding fashion, you know. Who? If I was in tongue, I would have voted for Spencer Brand. Who else you would vote for? But I can't vote for him, so I'm asking the people of St. Paul's to vote for Spencer Brand. But come to Latoya Bianca Jones. She's called LBJ, just like that famous president of the United States. Lyndon, I forget what the B stands for, but Johnson. Well, we'll figure it out. Lyndon Johnson, but this is our Lyndon Johnson, but she is Latoya Bianca Jones. And let me say to the people of St. Thomas Parish, I've worked alongside Latoya. The people of Westbury have embraced her. The people of Cotton Ground loves her. The people of Banjot appreciate her. The people down in Jessup and what you call it over there at Garrick's Pasha, you call it. They want to put Latoya to work and come here to Craddock Road. Craddock Road, Craddock Road, Craddock Road, where it will all start. It will all start right here in Craddock Road. And Craddock Road has told me that when they voted for me in 2022, August 5th, they gave me a margin of 34 votes. That's what I won the lady by. They tell me they're going to double it. They say they're going to triple it. They said they're going to max it up for Latoya Bianca Jones. So coming out of Craddock Road, I expect good things to happen. Good things are going to happen out of Craddock Road, and once it starts here, it's over there in Jessup we're going, and then up into Cotton Ground. When it's all said and done, Latoya will make history. History right here in the island of Nevis. History, the first CCM representative coming out of Green Country Cotton Ground will be Lataya Jones. And you know why I say that? You know why I say that? I hear them on the NRB side saying, oh, when you get elected, you should represent the whole island. And that is true. Not a thing wrong with that. I represent the whole island in agriculture, in housing, in lands, yes. But when it comes to constituency matters, I can't depend on Spencer. I can't depend on Mark Brantley. I can't depend on Eric Evelyn. There are certain things that have to be handled by your constituency representative. With Lataya Bianca Jones at the cabinet table, she'll be able to demand a fair share for the people of St. Thomas Parish. Because you know, anything that comes up around the cabinet, I can say, St. James, we go with it. Anything that comes up around the cabinet, someone from St. John's, who is Mark Brantley, will say, St. John's, going. Anyone from Charleston who is there with Spencer Brand, that is, he'll say, it's Charleston, we going. So when it comes to St. Thomas Parish, we don't have someone currently there. CCM will win the next election. And with CCM winning the next election, St. Thomas Parish must send Lataya Bianca Jones to cabinet.
On election day, we're gonna hammer them.
Send it to work.
Choice, we vote for CCM.
So don't be fooled with this foolishness about, oh, you must look after the whole island. Well, CCM looking after the whole island as a government. But as the representative of your constituency, they are the ones who vote for you. So when they vote for you, you are the one they're coming to. You think they're going to Mark? Are they going to Eric? If you vote for Lataya, she's the one who is going to come. And you know what? Over in Cotton Ground, right? She hasn't come into cabinet yet. But she came and she said, you see that wall, that NRP bill over there? The wall was falling down by the playfield. Lataya came. She agitated for months. She agitated. The funds were tight. She said, I want it done. And she went to Mark Brantley. She went to Eric Evelyn. She went to Spencer Brand. She came to me. She came to every cabinet minister. And we sat down and said, we have to yield to your Lataya. So the wall was built. Lataya did that even before she got into government. Not only that, she's going to come and talk about all of her exploits at the community level. So if she can do so much, even before, you know something I see her do the other day? I see her lift up 2 cases of drinks. I said, boy, Lataya strong, boy. I said, Lataya strong. Because me just try to fight to lift up 2. Lataya, strength of a woman. Strength of a woman, a young, vibrant woman ready to work. St. Thomas says, send the lady to work. Send the lady to work. And I want her with me because we make a good team. You know, we were fighting at the federal level. And we're going to work together at the local level. And that is what we're going to do. Lataya, you're going clear. So when it's all said and done, I'm going to say to you, starting in number 5, right on the right-hand side here, moving from Craddock Road all the way up to Westbury, we are going to send Lataya to the cabinet of the Nevis Island administration in overwhelming fashion. She is willing to work. Nothing is being handed to her like other people get things free. Easily, Lataya is willing to work.
On election day, we're gonna hammer them.
Hammer time. Hammer time. And go up to Nevis 4, Lord of mercy. A blows are going to throw up in a Nevis 4. No matter what they say, I went in against a lady up there. I don't even know who she neighbor is.
What?
You can imagine that? He don't know who your neighbor is. For 20 years, he never say hello to nobody. All of a sudden, I love you, I love you, I love you. Puppy love.
What?
Puppy love. If you love someone and you genuinely love them, you don't even have to tell them you love them. You show them love. And that's what I've shown the people of St. James for the last 10 years thereabout. Even before that, when I was involved in cricket, involved in football, president of the Highlights Sports Club, Lord of mercy, I was involved in Boys Brigade, I was involved in 4-H, I was involved in Airway PA, all those social groups I was involved. Me not just a come. Me not just a come. Me not just a come. So when they come with a puppy love or the instant coffee love, tell them go where they're going. Tell them go out your face. Ah, you know what? Be respectful. Say, okay, I hear you. And when they're gone, you say, I don't even want to say what I should tell you behind the back. But anyway, Number 4, for sure, is going to go to the CCM. The CCM has won St. James since 1992, and in 2023 it will be no different. No different. So we move up to Navy Stray. Eric, oh Eric. Eric always said by the time 11 o'clock come here, come to help you, Zook. I'm coming to help you. And he coming to help Spencer. And he coming to help Lataya. And he coming to help Brantley. Lord, Eric, I wish I was running up there, but you're the man in Gingerland. I don't want to take it from you. You're the man. You have done your work up there. Your tour of duty have included social program, community work, everything. You've been in the community. You know Kitty Cat from Barnesgot I went up there into Rallying Mountain. You've been there with them. So you're going to win handsomely. Come down to our premiere. This cabinet will not be complete without our leader. The man who has demonstrated that he's a leader par excellence. And no matter what they say about Mark Brantley, Mark Brantley has demonstrated he can lead locally, he can lead federally, he can lead internationally. And he has something that the leader of the NRP would never get. They would want to test him, but Lord of mercy, they can't match him. Imagine we got a leader, a premier in Nevis, the lady on the NRP side, who nobody know. You don't even know what he's capable of. You don't even care about what she's capable of. But you have Mark Brantley, who have stood the test of time, stood behind Van Samry for 11 years as the deputy, learned from Van Samry, went on to become the premier, and during COVID-19 demonstrated to the people of Nevis that he have the acumen, the temperament, and the best leader we have seen in recent times in this island. No other leader has had to deal with what Mark Brantley dealt with as the leader of this island. And that is why I'm proud to stand with him. Wherever you see Mark, you'll see me, because I believe in his leadership abilities and qualities. So no matter what they say about Mark Brantley, they just use a word, say they grudge him, but I don't like to use them word, but it's obvious. It's obvious. So number 2, the one who is running against, said that she don't love Davis people. Let me tell you, that is what she's saying. When you're going to go sing it on a national station and say to the supervisor, send over people from St. Kitts to manage the electoral process over here, it tells you that that woman have no use for the people of Nevis. No use for you as division. No.
I would like to suggest, I might be out of place, but I would like to suggest to the supervisor of election that you get a team of people from St. Kitts, and let Nevis people get upset with me today. Get a team of people from St. Kitts who has a less of an vested interest in the outcome to man the electoral office in Nevis, and to the extent that we could involve them on election day, on polling day, to be the presiding officers.
Well, you hear the DJ in the background there, the guy who was interviewing him saying, he said, thou fool. No, seriously. He said, thou fool. He didn't utter it, but went through his mind. Because you have to be foolish to come to the people of Nevis. And that is what they've done. They have said disparaging things about the people of Nevis. They have been deceitful to the people of Nevis. They have done all that they have done to destroy the island of Nevis, because they have no love for the people and the island of Nevis. That woman was working under me. Let me say it quickly. Working under me, retired, and was still up there. And even when she got to 60, she wanted to still be there. Now the civil service have its rules. You get to 60, many before her, I could call nearly about 50 names. Right here off this platform, who would have gotten to the age of 60 and know they had to go. She believes she should have stayed. What? Can't stay. You being the first veterinarian, well, female veterinarian in the federation. How many young ladies have she brought along? How many young ladies have she empowered? How many young ladies she has asked to go and undertake such training? None. When she got a building down there, where you know you carry down a dog farm down there, what you call it, a veterinary clinic. Come. Anyway, let me move on before me get myself in trouble. No time on that. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I have a simple message to wrap up tonight to tell you. Oh, Lord of mercy. No. Thank you. I got diverted. But I was talking about Spencer all night, you know. Oh, let's come down to number 1. I did say I don't want a Rary and a Rara inside of no cabinet in Nevis. No government, so let's come to number 1 then. Spencer Brand, I apologize, but Listen, I was so excited in running on to wrap it up so you can come on. I want to say to the people of Charlestown, the people of Ramsbury, Hamilton, Government Road, Main Street, I want to say to the whole of Nevis 1, Spencer Brand is your man there in Charlestown. He has earned the right to represent you for the next 5 years in the Nevis Island Assembly and the Nevis Island Administration. I want to say to you, Spencer has earned it. Spencer has worked. He has demonstrated that he is a quiet giant, you know. He does things and he doesn't make too much noise. But the results are there to show. And I want to say to the people of St. Paul's, heed my word. Do not go out there to vote for Norere and Norara. You need decent people to represent you in Charlestown. You have decency in Spencer Brand, and he will represent you, and you'll be proud of him for the next 5 years. So in wrapping up, time is tight tonight. Time is tight. I want to say to you tonight here, I want to say to the whole of Nevis, I have a simple message for you. Turning back is not the way forward in this island. Turning back is not the way forward. Turning back means that you're going back to NRP. You're going to go back to the destruction of Nevlec. You're going to go back to the destruction of NASPA. The destruction of Nevis Housing and Land Development Corporation. The destruction of the civil service. That is what turning back would get you. We are moving forward with the CCM. All those things you hear me talk about, we have fixed them. We have fixed them to the point that Nevis is right on the verge of taking off to new destinations. And when we say we'll create jobs, we will. When we say we'll expand the Van Summer International Airport, we will. When I say we'll expand the Long Point facility to include a cruise facility, we will. When I say we'll expand as well to a new Tibet building or facility constructed in Charlestown Secondary School, we will. When I say we'll build a new sixth form here in the island of Nevis, yes, we will. When I say there'll be more opportunities for the people of this island, more jobs, more skill training, all of that will be done. Nevis will be a prosperous place. Nevis will be a better place. And oh, I want to end by saying, we have always said from this platform, this team will leave Nevis better than we met it. We have already started the work. We'll continue to do more in the next 5 years. And at the end of it all, you'll be very proud of your CCM party. Ladies and gentlemen, Lord brought me iPad, but I ain't even consulted. I'm going to end there for tonight. A hype and ready to go. A hype. Because when it comes to election, I love them. I love to campaign. When it's all said and done, let me leave this message as well. On election day, go out early. Early out, we're going to keep NRP out. Early out, take your sister, take your brother, take your mother, take your father, take your grandmother, take your auntie, your uncle, take your friend, take everybody you can. And when you don't take everybody, go back and look for some more and bring them again. Because we have to do the job come election day, December 12th. So let's go out early. Early out. We're going to keep NRP out. Keep them right where they're there. Thank you very much for listening. You've been a wonderful audience. Thank you.
We speaking with CCM party, CCM party, to fight for Queen City. We speaking with CCM party, CCM party, to remove Timothy.
Lord, I wonder what Alexis eat today. I wonder what he drink today. But you know, Alexis is all fired up. Because you know why I believe Alexis is so fired up? Because Alexis is out in his constituency and he's getting the positive vibes from the people of Nevis 4. And that is why he's so fired up. You know why he's so fired up? Because Alexis is already smelling the victory. He is already smelling the victory. Thank you very much, Alexis. Ladies and gentlemen, we still have 3 more speakers to come tonight. And remember, we are here in the heart of Craddock Road. To the left is Spencer Brand. To the right is LBJ. And ladies and gentlemen, I know you have waited long to hear LBJ. And remember, come December the 12th, come the 12th of December, we will be rolling back into government and LBJ will be among all of us. It will be all five. And guess what? Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? The victory gonna start right here in Craddock Road. Right here in Craddock Road. Because when we roll out the Craddock Road with LBJ, it's gonna be all over. When we roll out of Craddock Road, it will be all over. And it will be another blow in the column. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready and make some noise and welcome the next representative for Nevis 5, St. Thomas's Parish, Latoya Bianca Jones.
There's only one choice. We vote for CCM. On election day, we gonna bang them. There's only one choice. We vote for CCM. Who we voting for? CCM. Who we voting for? CCM. Who we voting for?
Craddock Road! LBJ is here! Honorable Spencer Brand is here! And we are ready to represent you! Our colleagues are here too! CCM Massive! Welcome to the beautiful village of Craddock Road! I feel really good, you know. I feel extremely good about this election. Because change, well, they say change is coming, but I have a message. The only change that is coming to Nevis for this election is in Nevis 5. When for the first time, the CCM party will be victorious. And I can't just take all credit for it. I want to big up my colleagues for being there for me, for being supportive. The Honorable Premier Mark A.G. Brantley for seeing the potential in me to be a great candidate. You know, it's not just me. He has a vision for youth, a vision to push this country forward. And I want to commend him and my colleagues for always empowering our youth. They don't look at age and say, oh, they're not good enough to do this job. They're inexperienced. They don't say that. They welcome you to the table and they say, have a seat. I don't know who I'm going to be by in the cabinet, but I know I am going to be in cabinet. So Eric and Alexis make space for me, or even if it's between Honorable Troy Liebert and the Premier, wherever the seat is, LBJ is coming!
Better days are coming, change your ways.
You see, the people in St. Thomas's Parish knows LBJ. And it doesn't matter how many attacks they launch at me, it will not change the mind of the people in St. Thomas's because they know that I will deliver for them. The people in St. Thomas's know my track record. They know my history. So your attacks on me will do nothing to me politically. But you know the reason for the personal attacks? The reason for the personal attacks is because, and I will say it and I will keep saying it, they are afraid in St. Thomas's.
On election day, we gonna hammer them. There's only one choice. We vote for CCM.
You know, I want to tell my opponent, come with your record. From the onset, I have been telling the people of St. Thomas's what I have been doing in the community. And I've been sharing my comprehensive plan with them. And it seems as though me saying that I'm the first candidate to produce a comprehensive plan is a problem. Well, isn't it facts? All you have to do is produce a comprehensive plan for the people too. People don't want to hear noise. People don't want to hear any gutter politics. People want to hear what you are going to do for them. Well, and I'm not in government, have been doing so much to empower the people of St. Thomas's. And when I am in cabinet, I can assure you that St. Thomas's will get everything that it deserves. You know, sometimes I think my colleagues get fed up of me calling them. Because I call them, you know. I call them all the time. When I don't call them, I message them and I say, listen, I need this done in St. Thomas's. And I will not stop until it is done. That is LBJ. I fight to deliver for the people. Because that is my goal. The only goal that I have. This is not about me. This is not about me. I'm not doing this for me. This is bigger than me. This is about the people of St. Thomas's and delivering for the people of St. Thomas's. For those who might be listening and not living in St. Thomas's, let me tell you about my track record. I have initiated and organized the St. Thomas Parish Youth Excellence Award, a youth empowerment initiative. I have recognized our youth for their sterling contributions to our society, be it in sports, education, agriculture, security, etc. And you know, I want to say that even while doing it, I've been supporting small businesses. Our award ceremony has been hosted at the Jujab's restaurant in Westbury. And I want to thank Miss Marcella Iles and her team for going over and beyond to accommodate us year after year. And guess what? Next year we will be there again. Because I don't do activities once and stop. I do it annually. So that was one of my initiatives. Cleanup projects. I've organized the White Goats Cleanup Project with my colleague, Honorable Alexis Jeffers. I've also organized cleanup projects at the Jessup's Beach and the Jessup's basketball and volleyball court. I did that, and I want to commend the team and all the villagers of Jessup's for coming out and lending a hand. Because you see, St. Thomas's is not just about me, you know. In St. Thomas's, we are family. And the people of Jessup's came out in their numbers. And they supported the initiative, and I want to thank them. Me, listen, when it comes to our seniors, everybody knows how I feel about seniors because the love for my grandmother, Mrs. Eglantine Dewberry. The love for my grandmother, even though she's not here, I remember everything that she has taught me. And it is because of her why I am standing here, the woman I am today. I will always give her praise. And so I visit the seniors in St. Thomas's and I distribute care packages to them. That is the relationship that I continue to build. I build relationships in St. Thomas's. And the people in St. Thomas's can attest to that. Mother's Day luncheon. own Mother's Day luncheon at Sunshine's Beach Bar and Grill. Twice I've done that, and I'm looking forward to next year. About 120 mothers I have shown appreciation to on Mother's Day. And you know what warms my heart? When I see them walking in with the smiles on their faces, and they say, Latoya, thank you for doing an initiative like this. And I say to them, no, don't thank me. We, children, we thank you, because it is not easy being a mother. When it comes to social activities, you know, I try to be different. And I know throughout the island we've been engaging in domino competitions. And I said, right there at Natural Vibes Bar, we have pool. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to be different. I started the BG pool tournament right there in Barnesgate. And it was a success and well attended. So much so that the people of St. Thomas's came to me and they said, Latoya, we love what you do, but we need a St. Thomas Parish pool tournament. You know what I did? I set out and I said, I am going to ensure that it is done. And I delivered. I did the St. Thomas Parish pool tournament. And I've said to my colleagues, no, the entire Nevis, they want a Nevis pool tournament as well. So we're going to push for that. We are going to deliver Valentine's Day. You know, it's a day to show love. And for me, I go around the parish of St. Thomas's and I distribute care packages. Valentine's Day packages to show my love. I've done it with seniors. I've done it with young fathers and young mothers. And next year I'm going to choose a different group. But these activities that I'm speaking to you about will not stop. So look out for them next year as well. You know, when it comes to the St. Thomas's Primary School, that is my alma mater. And ever since I know myself, when I left high school, or even throughout high school, I've always made it my business to go to the St. Thomas's Primary School. Because that is my foundation, even the Ines Fancy School too. Those are where my best memories are. And I've always promised myself that I will give back to the school in whatever way I can. I've been going to encourage our children when they have into primary. I've been giving speeches. I've been sponsoring for sports. I've been donating school and other essential supplies to the St. Thomas's Primary School. I have been sponsoring 2 children from the school for lunch for an entire school year. Now I want to say this, because the opposition is speaking this nonsense about using government money to pay for events. Well, I have a message for you. I, Latoya Bianca Jones, use my personal money and I seek sponsorship to deliver activities for the good people of St. Thomas's. And that I make no apologies for. I allow people to say what they want, you know. And I'm very good at ignoring the noise. But at some point in time, one has to stand up and say, enough is enough. If you are going to come at me with facts, come at me with something that you can prove. And what you can prove is that I have been delivering for the people of St. Thomas's. Bring your record and come. That is my message to you. You keep huffing and puffing. Bring your record and come, because at the end of the day, that is all that matters to the people of Nevis 5.
On election day, he's gonna hammer them. It's only one choice. CCM.
I have one more initiative that I didn't speak about. I love giving back to small businesses. They're core of our economy. And I have gone around in St. Thomas's and distributed beverages, cases. Alexis said he saw me lifting them up 2 in hand. Yes, I did. But it was all worth it because it was for the businesses in St. Thomas's. I initiated an on the block initiative that was geared to promote sales for our small businesses. And let me tell you what they do, you know. We went to Craddock Road, had a successful event. Westbury, Cotton Ground, Barnescott. We actually started in Barnescott. When we reached the Jessops, because I think the opposition feel like they own Jessops, but Jessops belong to all of us. Jessops belong to all of us. I am from St. Thomas's, and nobody, and I mean nobody, will stop me from being in St. Thomas's. So I arrived at the event, and I will tell people I arrived at the event. And after I arrived, I saw this lady, her name is Judy Cornelius. She went in the road, and she started to say, y'all get out of here. How we giving the young men of Jessops alcohol to drink. Mind you, these are grown men, adults.
What?
And I'm here to see where she saw had alcoholic beverages. But it just shows how confusion the NRP is. She came there, she went in a car, and she threw out the oil. And you know what hurt me? It's to see the young men standing there, and they're saying to themselves, what is this? What is the cause for something like this? When all I am trying to do is help a small business and bring the people of Jessops together. Because the event was not just for the young men. Other villagers showed up as well. But they came there to cause confusion. And you know the funny thing is, well, my opponent, I don't want to call your name, she passed up the road and they saw what was happening. And instead of encouraging the lady to stop, they acted like it was something good. But I will send a message that will not stop me from coming to Jessops or being in St. Thomas's.
Look how easy we go hammer them. Everything we do is about them. No mix we up in the drama them. You see the next team a scare them.
St. Thomas's, I am a woman of my word. My word is my bond. And when I give my word to people, I deliver for them. I do not make promises that I cannot keep. And if I say that I am going to help you, or I am going to try to help, believe you me, that with every breath in my body, I will help. This is a great party. And CCM has done a lot for the development of this country. When I look around, I see housing. Revolutionized housing. Some of the best designs. Even when people come from overseas and they're asking for affordable homes and you show them, you say, no man, that can't be, the look alone. The look alone. And I want to thank Honorable Alexis Jeffers for that. You know, over there in Coons, in St. Thomas's, CCM did the second phase in Coons, for those who don't know. Because they have this thing going around that CCM continues to neglect St. Thomas's. Where CCM provided homes for the people of St. Thomas's. And we will continue to provide homes for the people of St. Thomas's. Let me tell you why. Because our people have always been first for us. When we look around in St. Thomas's, we've been searching for lands. There in Barnesgott, we know that we are surrounded by prime lands. But guess what? I have been agitating with the government to do the land swap so we can get lands for the people of Barnesgott. There we intend, once the people are on board, to do another housing development for the people of Barnesgott and surrounding areas. We are here to serve the people, and that is all that matters, and that is what the CCM government continues to show. So Barnesgott, don't let them tell you no nonsense about me advising the Premier to purchase, for them to purchase the lands in Barnesgott. I know you know where I'm coming from. Barnesgott, our land, it's coming. And when it comes, our village will expand and the people of Barnesgott will continue to remain a family. We are not going to forget about the other areas in St. Thomas's. Once land is available, Mr. Jeffers, I will hold him to it and the cabinet to it. Housing development will happen in St. Thomas's. I want to mention another project that was done in St. Thomas's. The Yes to Success program. Minister Evelyn delivered on this project. Over 150 persons have been trained in carpentry, plumbing, tiling, heavy equipment operation, pottery, and electricity. Well, I want to add to this skills training. I intend to pursue for the construction of a St. Thomas Parish Art Studio. This will be done to develop skills for young people and people in St. Thomas to develop a skill. It is my goal for the studio to maintain itself. So the idea is we will do sessions there where our young people, and forgive me for always saying young people, but it's for everybody. Everybody, young, old, in between, it is for everybody. Where you come, you create your marvelous designs. And instead of leaving with it in your pocket or in your hand, we are going to sell them and allow that to maintain the art studio. So we are teaching you a skill, while at the same time, we're earning resources to continue to develop people. Photography, architecture, sculpture, painting, music, filmmaking, all of that, including dance, will be done in that studio. And I'm looking forward to it, St. Thomas's. These are things that we need to take advantage of. It opens opportunities for us because you don't know who's going to come there and see what the people of St. Thomas's have done and say, you know what? I want to take this internationally. It is to provide opportunities for young people. Infrastructural development. Well, when I look around Craddock Road, this road coming up here, when I was driving up, I said to myself, Honorable Spencer Brand kept his word to the people and he delivered for Craddock Road. But not only Craddock Road, you know, because if you drive through town, you want to know if Honorable Brand spent all of the government money in town. You know, Mr. Brantley said he has to keep an eye on them, you know, because they would finish all the money in their constituency. But I want to tell them something. You have to leave resources too for St. Thomas's Because when I'm sitting in cabinet, I am going to say, Mr. Jeffers, not today. This project is coming to St. Thomas's. Besides Craddock Road, in St. Thomas's, Newcourt Road was done. The road from Cotton Ground to Cliff Dwellers. There's a road at the back there in Jessops that was done by this administration as well. We will continue to deliver more roads for the people of St. Thomas's. Westbury, Cotton Ground, Clifton Estate, and others. I've said it before, and I will say it again. Your road is coming. It is also my goal to construct and rehabilitate the secondary roads throughout St. Thomas's. Craddock Road, just below Mango Tree Bar, there's a road going across there. Where my adopted, listen, I'm loving Craddock Road, you know. I have adopted mothers in Craddock Road. I love you too. But yes, we will be doing the road just below Mango Tree Bar. There's a road going up where, close to where Marva Powell lives. There's some secondary roads in the lower part where Mr. Barrett, P.S. Barrett lives. All those roads and others will be done. These roads will also see new and improved drainage. Because here in Craddock Road, while canvassing and discussing issues with the people, they've brought up drainage issue. So we are going to rectify that issue and bring proper drainage to the people of Craddock Road and also in other areas in St. Thomas's. I want to talk about the upgrades to the sporting facilities that this government has done to the Cotton Ground and Jessops Court. We will maintain our sporting facilities. And in addition, it is my goal to have a pavilion there in Cotton Ground. It is my goal to have seating, changing rooms and bathrooms, both in Cotton Ground, Jessops, all the sporting facilities. But you know, I want to talk about that Cotton Ground wall. It was a safety hazard to our people. And I can't remember which one said it, if it was Alexis or Eric. But anyways, I called all of them. I did. I called them and I said, listen, my biggest fear is that that wall will fall on somebody and hurt someone. I need it fixed immediately. Now I hear them say, we come over there and we only do half a wall. But I want to ask a question. Why should we break down the other side of the wall when it is good? Why? Well, the wall was fixed through my agitation to this government. And it's not finished. But it will be in terms of painting it, because we will paint it. And we will fence the rest of the Cotton Ground playfield. That is the goal. Now in Barnscott, our basketball court, and I said it before and I will say it again. Our basketball court that the opposition took up to put down a community center. They took it up, but let me tell you something. It was more than a court for us. Take it from me who live in Barnscott. The court in Barnscott was a life for us. That's where all our families used to be. And they came and they took up the basketball court to put down the community center. Well, Barnscott, we will get back our basketball court. initiatives that this government. Listen, I am so happy to be a part of this great party. I don't think anybody understands. When I go home and I sleep and I close my eye, I said, thank God I am a part of a party that shows good leadership. I am a part of a party with honest candidates. I am a part of a party whose goal is to continue to fight for the people of Nevis. I don't know how some of them sleep at nights, you know. I keep wondering how they sleep at night, knowing time after time, from top to bottom, all they do is tell lies. But you know, my grandmother always told me, you know, man would be man. But what man don't understand is that when God says something is for you, there is no man on earth who could take it away from you. St. Thomas says, I, Latoya Bianca Jones, is here to serve you. And no man is going to stop me from doing so. When I go to Penny's is in St. Thomas's, and I see the Malcolm Gishard Recreational Park. Man, it warms my heart. Such beauty. Such beauty. You know the concept that, yeah, they criticize the Malcolm Gishard Recreational Park, but guess what? They're using it. It's not everything that one needs to criticize because you're on the opposition side. Sometimes it is good to give credit where it is due. Give credit to the CCM party who continues to deliver for the people of Nevis. 35,104 visitors to that park. It has created employment for our people. And you know, the park was opened on the 19th of December, 2021, during COVID. And even when I think about the period during COVID, you have to tip your hat to good leadership. And I commend my party leader for leading us along with our colleagues through COVID-19. We were all paid. You know, we take a lot of things for granted, you know. In Nevis, public servants were paid in full and on time. In other countries that were not so, people were laid off. We cannot take these things for granted. But you know, I believe that the recognition, and I believe that people should applaud when good things are happening. And St. Thomas says, and the people of Nevis, good things are happening in Nevis. And as they try to make it seem like the people in Nevis are we're suffering. People in Nevis, we are living a good life. Yes, we will have struggles, but guess what? This government has come forward and said, we will help all those in need. And it reminds me of me. Because when I go to St. Thomas's, and I've said time after time, I don't pick and choose which house to knock on. I knock on all, including the NAPI supporters. And when I go, I ask them, what are your issues and concerns? I will try to help you. I don't look at color. I don't say, well, this young lady votes for another party, so I'm not going to help her. You know why? Because we all live here, and we all should benefit from what is happening here. St. Thomas says, I have shown you time and time again who I am. And I won't allow anybody to define me. Only me could define me. I say to you, these personal attacks will not stop me from representing you. So I ask everyone in St. Thomas's, for this election, let us choose a representative who has shown you that they will work on your behalf.
We sticking with we CCM party to fight for Queen City.
Not a representative who cannot do anything for you. And I keep saying I'm not trying to be all disrespectful and negative, but it is the reality. Because when you look around the base, Honorable Spencer Brown is the only Brown in town, and he will win constituency number 1. You know, sometimes I tell the premier he could just go home and sit down, you know. Because there is no way in number 2 that he will be beaten. We're sticking with Premier Brantley in number 2.
We CCM party to fight for Queen City.
Don't even get me started on Eric, Honorable Eric Evelyn. Listen, people stick to him like glue. Honorable Eric Evelyn is loved. And I know the people in Gingerland, our constituency, 3 will send a strong message and say, well, where you going? Where you going? You need to come back to St. Thomas's. Come back to St. Thomas's. Well, I know you're over there working too. And it's okay. Because I will tear down the 2 of you and anybody else who come. Honorable Eric Evelyn will be successful. Honorable Jeffers. Listen, let me tell you about Honorable Jeffers. He's a hard worker. He is truly a hard worker. And we've put heads many times. We have, because you see, I was a part of the federal campaign in 2020 and 2022. And sometimes I'm saying to him, Mr. Jeffers, I need you today. And he would say, Taya, can it be today? I said, no, it is today. But guess what? He shows up. We have to do this today. And he's always been supportive. But you know what I remember from these elections? I remember when they were saying, oh, it is impossible for CCM to win.
What?
They were saying it was impossible for CCM to win. Am I lying? Am I lying? No. They said it was impossible, but we came and we conquered and we won in 2020. Came back in 2022. You know what they said? They said, Alexis, Honorable Jeffers, Latoya can't help you. That's what they said.
What?
But in 2022, we were victorious. And I said this to say too, that it is not impossible for me to win the Ibis 5. Nothing is impossible. So to the good people of Nevis 5, I reach out to you and I ask for your support. Allow me to represent you. I have proven to you that I am serious about representing you. And I will not stop until we are victorious in Nevis 5. Because I know what it is I can do for the people. Nevis 5 belongs to all of us. And that is why this great party on election on the 12th, we will take all not ready yet, you know. Time after time, they do the same thing. And you know what they do? Just make noise. They just make noise. They curse people. They create confusion. That is not leadership that the people deserve. The people in Davis deserve leadership that will create opportunities. Leadership that is honest. Leadership that is consistent. And leadership that would fight for the best interests of divisions and all those who are living here. Nevis 5, I ask for your support. New registrants, those who did not vote last time, I'm encouraging you to come out and give me your support on election day. I am asking all CCM supporters, do not stay at home. Come out and support your CCM candidates on election day. CCM will return to government in Nevis. And this time, Nevis 5 is going to be right there. I will continue to be on the campaign trail. And I have lots of energy, Lots and lots of energy. I know I missed a few public meetings and I apologize, but I was under the weather. But guess what? LBJ is here, and LBJ is here to stay. I think that is my quota for tonight, because we still have my other two colleagues to come, Honorable Spencer Brand and Honorable Mark Brantley. But you will hear from me again at the other public meetings. And I will continue to share my plans with you. Because as I said, I am not going to go low with them. And I am not going to talk about their personal life. Because their personal life will not create jobs for you. Their personal life will not put food on your table. Their personal life will not give scholarship opportunities to our young. But my plans that I have will definitely be to the development of the people of St. Thomas's. It's good to be sweaty sometimes. And this is a good cause. It's okay. But St. Thomas's, thank you for coming out in your numbers. Craddock Road, thank you for coming out in your numbers. You will see and hear from me again. And continue to increase the momentum. All 5 for we. All 5 for CCM. Thank you and good night.
CCM, tell them we can't clear. We can't clear. When the big blue machine touch on the scene, we can't clear. We can't clear. Show me your voting finger. Your voting finger. Show me your voting finger. Put them up, put them up, put them up. Show me your voting finger. Your voting finger. Show me your voting finger. Put them up in the air. CCM, yes, CCM.
We can't clear.
We can't clear. When the big blue
Oh yeah. We only warming up.
We can't clear. Show me your voting finger. Your voting finger. Show me your voting finger. Say put them up in the air. Show me your voting finger. Your voting finger. Show me your voting finger. Put them up. Put them up.
I see next side. I you not try and lose. I see next side.
Ah, you're not tired, lose.
I see next side.
Ah, you're not tired, lose.
I see next side.
Ah, you're not tired, lose.
Rolling with the big blue.
Oh yeah.
Sticking with
The big blue machine.
machine.
We on a roll tonight. We are on a roll. Victory is in sight. You can't stop the big blue machine when we roll out. The big blue machine was in the garage and we nicely oiled up and we're ready to roll. And as I said, we are on a roll tonight because I thought when Alexis was up here that Alexis was on fire. But Lord have mercy, LBJ! LBJ! Well. Listen, I don't want to waste too much more time because we still have 2 more speakers to come. Ladies and gentlemen, Craddock Road, Charlestown, Nevis 1. Let's make welcome the Honorable, the only brand in town.
We voting, Spencer Brand.
I hear you.
We voting,
I tell you, we on fire tonight.
We looking for the rent of vote.
Spencer, where are you?
Looking, but it seems like the man a run. We looking, like the man gone in the dungeon. What a tragedy for the whole constituency. People of Charlestown got no representation. But then came a man, unselfish, he put up his hand to fight for. We voting, Spencer Brand. We voting, Spencer Brand. We looking for the rent of vote man in town. I say, we looking, but it seems like the man a run. We voting, Spencer Brand. We voting, Spencer Brand. We looking.
Well, the players turn up. The players turn up tonight. Well, Craddock Road turn up tonight. Woo, yeah, Craddock Road, how you feeling? Craddock Road, how you feeling? Well, let me say good night. A very pleasant good evening to, I normally call Craddock Road the borderline. The borderline between Evis number 1 and Evis number 5. And I want to start by saying congratulations to Latoya Bianca Jones. I want to congratulate her. I think, ladies and gentlemen, that Miss Jones has put down a marker. Miss Jones has put down a marker for St. Thomas's. And I want to say to St. Thomas's that in Miss Jones, you have a young woman that is ready and raring to represent you as the next representative of St. Thomas's. So I want to say congratulations to Latoya Jones. Now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are here right in the border between Nevis number 1 and Nevis number 5. And I saw something on Facebook today. I saw a young lady put something on Facebook and I took a screenshot of it because I didn't want to misquote the young lady. And I'm putting on my glasses because I want to make sure that I read what I saw on Facebook. A young lady put on Facebook today, every time I hear the phrase, nothing happening, then right after you hear incomplete. A young lady put that on Facebook today. And let me read it again. Every time I hear the phrase, nothing happening, then right after you hear incomplete. So, which is it? Is it that nothing is happening, or is it that what is happening is incomplete? You see the problem with NRP, they can't make up their mind. Which is it? The problem with the Nevis Reformation Party, and I said it in Hamilton. I said something in Hamilton, and I know that it is creating some migraine headache for some people.
I said in Hamilton that some people have become stranger to the truth. And they're upset. They're upset because I said that they have become a stranger to the truth. And they are now trying to define who Spencer Brand is. But I want to say to them, not a soul going to define who Spencer Brand is. Spencer Brand will define who Spencer Brand is. So, ladies and gentlemen, they say that nothing is happening. Well, we are here in Craddock tonight. And I want to say to all those who have lived in Craddock for the last 40 years, when you look at Craddock, what have you seen here in Craddock? We have seen in Craddock, ladies and gentlemen, the removal of old cast iron pipe right here in Craddock that have been there for over 50 years. And I'm saying to you, when we remove those pipes, those old cast iron pipes, I was heartbroken by what I saw in those pipes. And I asked myself, is it that, are those the pipe that is feeding our various homes in Craddock that have been there for over 50 years? And I said to my team that wherever we have cast iron pipe in Nevis, we will remove them all. We will remove them. They are saying to the people of Craddock that nothing has been done in Craddock. We remove all of the old cast iron pipe here in Craddock, ladies and gentlemen. We ensured, ladies and gentlemen, that we reconstructed the road from the top of Craddock all the way down to the base, to the Island Main Road. And they say that nothing has happened.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, we ensured that we install some PVC pipe, some 4-inch PVC pipe in Craddock to make sure that we deliver a much better quality of water for the people of Craddock. But Craddock is finished. So which is it? Nothing is happening, or hasn't Craddock been completed? You see, when I tell you that they have become stranger to the truth, that is another example that I'm talking about. They are afraid to tell the people the truth because they know if they tell the people the truth, they will turn out to be and look like liars. So, ladies and gentlemen, we not only removed the cast iron pipe, we not only reconstructed Craddock, we went from Big Rock all the way down to the gas station. We ensured, ladies and gentlemen, that we install new pipes from Big Rock all the way down the road as well. But they say nothing has happened. And I'm saying to the people of Craddock, when they come to you, and they tell you that nothing has happened in Craddock, tell them that they have become a stranger to the truth. Tell them, Mr. So. Ladies and gentlemen, in Craddock, we have had some issues with drainage in various parts of Craddock. Right down the road behind Miss Barrett, we have had a situation down there where a number of homes used to be flooded. And we went in and we constructed a U-drain to protect those various homes. But nothing has happened. Nothing has happened. Ladies and gentlemen, when I became the area representative, I met a situation in St. Paul's where we have had a number of persons that were looking for low-income house. And the Nevis Island administration did not have 1 square foot of land in Charlestown to construct low-income housing. So what did I do? I went about the length and breadth of St. Paul's to find land to construct low-income homes. And what is happening to the top of Craddock? What is happening to the top of Craddock? We are We are seeing to the top of Craddock Road, ladies and gentlemen, a housing development. We are 21 families. 21 families. They have gone to the bank. They have gotten a loan. Some are already paying their mortgage. Some are already paying their mortgage. And I want to say to those 21 families, when they come to you and ask you for your vote, tell them go out your yard. Tell them to go out your yard because you have gone to the bank. You have sought financing. You are paying a mortgage and they have said that you haven't achieved nothing.
What?
And that is being disrespectful and that is being a stranger to the truth.
What? I see next side. Are you the try and lose? I see next side. Are you the try and lose?
Ladies and gentlemen, they continue to try to mislead and deceive the people of St. Paul.
What?
When I became the area representative, I met a situation in certain sections of Ramsbury. There were some homes in Ramsbury that were being fed by chick water inch water lines. So sometime when you turn on the pipe in those homes, the water was trickling out like a needle. And we went in, ladies and gentlemen, and we changed those chick water inch line to 2-inch or 3-inch water lines. And now those homes are fed with adequate pressures to their property, ladies and gentlemen. But they say nothing is happening. They say nothing is happening. I want to say to the people of Craddock Road, ladies and gentlemen, those of you who are in the housing development, those of you who live along this Craddock Road, some of you have seen increase in property value because of this road. I want to say to you that when they come to you, tell them that you are sticking with Spencer Brand because Spencer Brand has delivered for you in St. Paul.
We sticking with CCM party to fight for Green City.
Ladies and gentlemen, look at Chapel Street. Look at Jules Street. Look at Main Street. Look at Government Road. And you know, ladies and gentlemen, they drive on it every day. They walk on it every day. But they have the audacity to go around and say nothing has happened in St. Paul. We had a situation, ladies and gentlemen, in times in the past where we have had some situation with some crime on the island of Nevis. And this government, ladies and gentlemen, took a decision to construct a CCTV building in Charlestown. That building, ladies and gentlemen, was done under my purview with my team at Public Works. The same Public Works that some of them up and down the place cussing. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to say to the people of Nevis, we have come a long, long, long way. We have come a long way, ladies and gentlemen. The Nevis Reformation Party, ladies and gentlemen, for 5 years and 18 null and void months, have wreaked havoc on the island of Nevis. They have wreaked havoc on the island of Nevis. Even today, even up until today, the Concerned Citizens Movement Party is still wrestling with some of those issues. And I'm saying to the people of Nevis, I am saying to the people of Nevis, you cannot turn back the hand of time at this time. You cannot do it. Because the Nevis Reformation Party, they may change some of the characters, but they are still using the old playbook. They are still using the old playbook, ladies and gentlemen. I am saying to you tonight that on the 12th of December,
There must be only one choice in this election. There must be only one choice in this election, ladies and gentlemen, on the 12th of December. And that choice, ladies and gentlemen, is the Concerned Citizens Movement Party. I am here to say to St. Paul's that I have an ambitious agenda for St. Paul's. I have listened to Miss Jones with her ambitious agenda. And I know the Honorable Alexis Jeffers have an ambitious agenda. And I know that the Honorable Eric Evelyn have an ambitious agenda. I know that the Premier also have an ambitious agenda for his constituency. All of us have an agenda, ladies and gentlemen, for our constituencies. But the good thing about the CCM party, ladies and gentlemen, the good thing about CCM, we work as a team. We work as a team. There have been times, ladies and gentlemen, when I would have had to compromise. The Premier would say to you that there have been times when he have had to compromise. Alexis and Eric would say to you that there have been times when they would have had to compromise, because we are all in this together, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say to the people of St. Paul's, ladies and gentlemen, my agenda is very ambitious. We are at a stage, ladies and gentlemen, when we are seeing that the island of Nevis is at the point of taking off. We are seeing, ladies and gentlemen, that we are behind the COVID-19 pandemic to some great extent. And the island of Nevis is poised to take off. I want to say to the people of Nevis that in the Concerned Citizens Movement Party, you have a team that will work day and night for the island of Nevis. In St. Paul's, ladies and gentlemen, we have a pier in Charlestown that was destroyed by a hurricane some years ago. It is my intention, ladies and gentlemen, to have that pier reconstructed, ladies and gentlemen. The fishermen in Charlestown is in a desperate need to have that pier reconstructed. And it is my intention to ensure that that pier, ladies and gentlemen, is reconstructed. We have the playfield right here in Ramsbury. The playfield right here in Ramsbury, ladies and gentlemen. It is my intention to construct a facility there at that playfield where we can have sporting events with the necessary facilities. It is my intention, ladies and gentlemen, to have that playfield properly fenced and secured. I believe, ladies and gentlemen, it is high time. Ladies and gentlemen, we have identified some land right in Ramsbury. As a matter of fact, 2 portions of land right in Ramsbury that we have at our disposal. And I'm saying to the people of Ramsbury and Craddock Road, we will construct a community facility right there on one of those pieces of land, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that we need a facility for us to ensure that we can do some training in our constituency here in Ramsbury and Craddock Road. I believe, ladies and gentlemen, we need that facility to do some training. I am saying to you that we will construct that community facility right there in Ramsbury, ladies and gentlemen. We have in Charlestown, ladies and gentlemen, the old customs building. And I think that that is a piece of property that is a gem in the heart of Charlestown. I think, ladies and gentlemen, that it is up to us to ensure that we see the reconstruction of that facility in Charlestown for the benefit of the people of Charlestown and for the island of Nevis. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 areas in Charlestown. 2 areas in Charlestown where our buses normally congregate. And I am not satisfied, ladies and gentlemen, that the facilities are adequate for our bus and traveling public. It is my intention, ladies and gentlemen, to construct 2 state-of-the-art bus facilities,
one for Newcastle, and one for Gingerland. I believe, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that those persons who are using those buses must be in a facility that is state of the art, that is modern, and that is adequate, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we will ensure that Ramsbury, the entire Ramsbury area that continues to suffer from some drainage issues, that we deal with those drainage issues in Ramsbury once and for all, ladies and gentlemen. The roads in Ramsbury is in need of some upgrade. And in the next dispensation, ladies and gentlemen, we will ensure that Ramsbury see a significant upgrade in our road infrastructure, ladies and gentlemen. I have said when I was in Hamilton that we purchased some land, ladies and gentlemen, in Hamilton since 2019. Since 2019, we purchased some lands in Hamilton. The aim was to construct a community facility there in Hamilton. But we all know that in 2020, we saw the onset of the COVID pandemic. So those plans, ladies and gentlemen, had to be deferred. I am saying to the people of Ramsbury, in Craddock Road, in Stony Grove, in Law Street, in Main Street, that in the next dispensation, we will see significant development in the constituency of St. Paul's, ladies and gentlemen. And you know, I want to divert a bit outside of St. Paul's, because I put up a little couple pictures a couple days ago, I think it was yesterday, of some road asphalt work in Butlers. And I saw some comments, ladies and gentlemen, that continue to baffle me. I saw some comments, ladies and gentlemen, from some people who are supposed to know better. And I said to myself that some of these people does not have the best interests of the island of Nevis at heart. And some of these people are coming to the people of Nevis, asking them to vote for them. But on one hand, they are disrespecting the people of Nevis, and they are still asking them to vote for them. On one hand, they are denigrating the people of Nevis, and are still asking them to vote for them. On one hand, ladies and gentlemen, they are saying that the people of Nevis are not capable. They are saying that the people of Nevis are incompetent. But they are still turning to the people of Nevis and asking them to vote for them. I want to say to the people of Nevis, ladies and gentlemen, on the 12th of December, you have in Nevis number 5, Latoya Jones as the CCM candidate. You have Latoya Jones as your CCM candidate. And I'm saying to St. Thomas's, come home to CCM. Come home to CCM. In Miss Jones, you will have good, decent, honest representation in St. Thomas's. I am saying to the people of St. James's, CCM country, I am saying to the people of St. James's, there must be one choice in St. James's. There must be the Honorable Alexis Jeffers in St. James's, ladies and gentlemen.
One choice, we vote to CCM. On election day, we're gonna hammer them. It's only one choice, we vote to CCM.
In Nevis number 3, you have the Honorable Eric. I'm leaving out his second name. In Nevis number 3, you have the Honorable Eric Evelyn. And I'm saying to Gingerland, you know what you normally do, so keep doing it. In Nevis number 2, ladies and gentlemen, you have pound for pound, pound for pound, ounce for ounce. I was going to say something, but I ain't going to say it. I was going to say something, but I ain't going to say it. Let me say this. Let me say this. In Nevis number 2, you have the best leader in this modern time in the Honorable Mark Bantley. And I am saying to the people of St. John's, stick with the sheriff. And in Nevis number 1, ladies and gentlemen, the young people have penned this little phrase, there is only one band in town. That is the young people thing. And I want to say to St. Paul's, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say to St. Paul's, on the 12th of December, on the 12th of December, aye.
Me voting Spencer Brand. Me voting Spencer Brand. Me voting Spencer Brand.
On the 12th of December, there will continue to be one brand in Charlestown. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say to you tonight that this election ought not to be a complicated election. I've said it before and I will say it again. This election ought not to be a difficult election for you to decide upon. Because we are running on our record. We are running on our record. You can see what we have done. You can feel what we have done. The other side is coming to you with empty promises and rhetoric. And I'm saying to you, on the 12th of December, this ought not to be a difficult election, ladies and gentlemen. Now is not a time to change your horses because your horses are running well. Your horses are running well, ladies and gentlemen. I want to wrap up my presentation because we have the leader coming tonight. I want to say to St. Paul, the people of St. Paul, I want you to go to the polls early. I want you to take someone with you if you can. I want you to be vigilant in St. Paul's, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to be vigilant in St. John's, to be vigilant in St. Thomas's, in St. James's, and in St. George's. Because nobody is going to steal this election from the CCM and from the people of Nevis.
What?
I hear them making all kind of excuses already, you know. All kind of excuses. I hear them put up something on social media about electoral office open late tonight and all kind of foolishness.
What?
I mean, really? Really? In this day and age, they are still coming with those kind of foolishness? Huh? They want to try and fool Nevis people that in 2022, foolishness is still going on in the electoral office? How could that be possible? You know, I mean, when you hear people who are supposed to be intelligent chatting foolishness, you must tell them it is foolishness. You must tell them that it is foolishness. When I see these kind of things, I say that these people can't be serious. These people cannot be serious. We have a system in place that if somebody's name appears on the voters list and they're not supposed to be there, there is a process to remove those names off of the list. This is not in their time when 200 and something names miraculously jump off the list.
What?
This is in 2022. But you see, they are already coming up with excuse. When they lose the election, they are already trying to find an excuse as to why they lose the election. But I want to say to the people of Nevis, don't pay no attention to them and the crazy spell that they are going through. Because I believe that they are going through this crazy spell. Every day they wake up to some different kind of crazy spell that they are going through. I want to say to the people of Nevis, stay focused. Stay focused, ladies and gentlemen. This election is all about you. It's not about them. All of us in CCM could have been somewhere doing something else. Every one of us up here could have been somewhere and doing something else. But we have put up our hand to stand up for the people of Nevis. And you see the difference? You see the difference? The majority of them on the other side is coming to politics because they're upset with somebody. I want you to think about it. I want the people of Nevis to think about it. The majority of them on the other side. I said the majority, but I believe it's all of them. I believe it's all of them. They're upset with somebody for something. That is how you come to politics. When you look at the premier, the premier could have been in his law firm doing what he does best. I believe by now he would have been a QC or a judge somewhere in the Caribbean. He might have been up at the Privy Council as one of those distinguished gentlemen at the Privy Council. But he is standing with the people of Nevis. When you look at the Honorable Alexis Jeffers, he could have been doing what he does. When you look at Eric Evelyn, he could have been doing what he loves to do. And I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, every single one of us have come to serve the people of Nevis without any ulterior motive.
We sticking with we CCM party to fight for Green City.
So tonight, Craddock Road, Ramsbury, Low Street, Main Street, Stony Grove, Hamilton, I am offering myself to you once again. When I came to you in 2017, I said to you, give me a chance and I will earn the rest. I believe based on my performance in St. Paul's that I can go another 10, 15 years. You see, because, ladies and gentlemen, we have come and we have delivered. And I want the people of Nevis to remember one little thing, you know. The other side don't want to admit it. We lost 2 years out of our 5-year period. I want you to think about that. We have lost 2 years out of a 5-year period. And with all that we have been able to accomplish in 3 years, you can put it like that, in 3 short years. But yet, they say nothing has happened.
What?
Well, I will leave by saying this, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say to all of the voters on Nevis, on the 12th of December, I want you to ensure that nothing will happen for the NRP. I'm going to say it again. I am going to say it again. I want to say to the people of Nevis, on the 12th of December, I want you to ensure that nothing will happen for the NRP. Since they have been saying nothing is happening, make sure that nothing happened for the NRP on the 12th of December. Nevis, this election ought not to be difficult. Vote for your CCM party. Vote for the government that continues to stand with the people of Nevis. And you can rest assured that the island of Nevis will continue to see progress in St. Paul's, in St. John's, in St. George's, in St. James's, and in St. Thomas's. All five for we, and Nevis will continue to progress. Thank you, good night, and God bless.
Tell them we gone clear, we gone clear. When the big blue machine touch on the scene, we gone clear, we gone clear. Show me your body finger, your body finger. Show me your body finger. Put them up, put them up, put them up. Show me your body finger, your body finger. Show me your body finger. Put them up in the air.
Ladies and gentlemen, another powerful presentation tonight by the Honorable Spencer Brand, the only brand in town in Nevis 1. And I want to respectfully disagree with Spencer Brand over one thing. I will respectfully disagree with you, Spencer Brand, over one thing. On the 12th of December, you said nothing gonna happen for them, but me tell you, something gonna happen because they all going home. They all going home. CCM going to send all of them home. And to tell you more, ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise and welcome our leader, the man for Nevis 2, Dr. the Honorable Mark A.G. Bradley.
To be a better country. I want my people to have prosperity.
Ladies and gentlemen, I came here earlier tonight, and the energy that I felt here in Craddock Road, I thought it better if I go home and rest myself. You know, there was a time when we had these campaigns, and I was responsible for bringing the energy to the campaign. Well, tonight we heard our new candidate for the constituency of St. Thomas's, Nevis 5. And she was on fire this evening. We heard the Honorable Spencer Brand. Lord Sheila, don't know what you give Spencer to eat nowadays. He got to be a put pepper in Spencer food, because Spencer Brand, we heard him in Hamilton. We heard him again tonight. But let me tell you, the reason why our candidates can speak the way they're speaking is because they know in this party they have a strong record of performance to run on. And so, Craddock Road, good night. All of you who can hear my voice, good night. We have come right here. This is a spot that the CCM loves, right here. Because we always come here with a message of hope for the people of Nevis. We don't come to cuss anybody. I tell people all the time. All of us have PhD in cussing. But we decide that when we come to the people of Nevis, it is a serious time in which we live, and serious times demand serious attention from serious people. You heard Latoya Jones tonight? What she tell you?
She said cussing can't create one job. Cussing can't build one house. Cussing can't fix one road. Cussing can't send your picnic, go school. And so we have not time for that on a CCM platform. We are about issues, and what I've said, I have said that we are running on our record of performance, what we have done, and our plans in terms of what we will do. That is what I believe the people of Nevis want. Despite the 2 years of COVID, despite the fact that this term was robbed of 2 years, we have performed for the people of Nevis. When I listen to the Honorable Spencer Brandon, he talks about how confused and confusing the message of the NRP is. I have to agree with him. It is as if they don't know what they're talking about. They are not engaged in their brains before they engage their mouths. And so they come up with all kind of foolishness. They went down to the United States, Virgin Islands, mine. They're telling us that the overseas voters should not come in to exercise their franchise. But while they're telling that to the people of Nevis at home, they find themselves in New York Labor Day having meeting. They went back now when they went to the U.S. Virgin Islands, and hear what they tell people in VI. They tell people in VI that them win the election in 2022, the 5th of August. They say they won it on the ground. But it's because people came in. That is why we lost the election. What? So I am listening to them, because when they don't finish that, my good cousin Pat tell the people, I'm not buying a fridge for Christmas. Use all your fridge money and buy a ticket and come home. They're not ready for serious times. So I am asking the question tonight. In 2020, we had a federal election. You all remember the borders were closed. It means, therefore, that there were no overseas voters in the 2020 election. And what was the result? The result was all three for the concerned citizen movement. We banged them in 9. We banged them in 10. We banged them in 11. And not a soul came in from overseas. What does that say? It says we banged them on the ground. So how come in 2022, them don't want fool, sensible people, vote them win election on the ground? Which election? Which election they're going to win on the ground? Because the statistics will show that time after time, the NRP brings in more voters than any other party on the island of Nevis.
Maybe if we jump in next year, because it would very well invest in a ticket for you or someone else, who can make a difference. They can't afford, but they can't afford to come home. So that is the appeal that I would have to you, and that is my strategy.
I don't even know what Potter said. DJ, not disturb we meeting again. Because we want people who talk sense, not nonsense. Eric, you're right, That's like when you're listening to cricket and Tony Cozier give you a good commentary and then a Spanish station cut cast. We don't know what they're saying because they don't have a coherent message. They're not serious about this thing called politics, and I'm here to tell you that politics is the most serious endeavor that we could be involved in because it impacts people's lives. And we must be able to deal with the issues that are confronting the people of Nevis. We went through COVID-19. When we were dealing with COVID-19, I met with Cleon Stapleton Simmons. I met with Janice Hodge. And I asked them, let me not even say ask, I begged them, hold hands with the government and let us fight this thing together. They sent me a letter saying, not them. Not them. They're not interested in joining with the government to fight COVID. What? And I am asking, what kind of people are these who say they love Nevis people? We had all kind of talk about vaccine. All of them went in the back door. take them vaccine and then tell people don't take none. We have to ask what manner of people are these who have come, kitty cat themselves and find themselves in politics. Most people at 60-something are looking to learn knitting. They want a little crochet. Some of them want to play a little golf. And if they like me, they want to learn how to cook. And all of a sudden, my cousin gone down at St. Thomas, you know what she said? I am a retiree. Well, if you're a retiree, well, you're not going to retire. Sit down home and enjoy your retirement age. Instead of that, you all come now as if politics is some second career. No, politics requires energy. It requires the vim, vigor, and vitality, and that is why we reached out and we got a woman from Barnscott and bring her. And we said to the people of Nevis, that is what the CCM does. Vision, looking down the road and saying, where can we find leadership? We now wait till you collect Social Security. We bring people and we give them an opportunity. And I said to people all the time, the record of this party in empowering women is second to none. Jean Harris, the first elected woman to parliament in Nevis, was CCM. And who go bang Jean? Not a soul. They said, Jean, tell a man once you never get a lick until a woman give you. Who go bang Jean? And then we reached out again and we brought Hazel Brandy into the cabinet. And then I went back and I brought her again into the cabinet. And then we reached out and we said, Latoya Jones, LBJ, you come. And I am here to tell you tonight, right here in Craddock Road, on the border of St. Thomas's and St. Paul's, when the roll is called and the saints go marching in, Latoya Bianca Jones will be in that number. All who don't like it are them business. You hear the minute the candidate was announced. Cleon Sartobal. We can defend at all costs. Mister, I never thought in my lifetime that I would hear the NRP representative in St. Thomas's say that they will defend St. Thomas's at all costs. When she says so, I said, Lord, the seat is in play. The seat is in play because of LBJ. And that is why I am telling you, this party has vision. It has foresight. We are constantly seeking to get the best that we can for the people of Nevis. And all of them frightened no. All of them frightened no. Because they understand they don't stand a chance in one. They understand they don't stand a chance in two. They understand that 3 is Eric Evelyn country. They understand that 4, it's Alexis Jeffers again and again and again. It is Jeffers again in 4. And in number 5, the only seat that they had, that's a Lord of mercy. Latoya Jones come to take away the seat from Cleon. I hope you all understand that after the 12th of December, there'll be no more NRP at all. So I don't study with them, you know. All the noise they're making, don't study with them. I hope some of them in the house listen to me tonight, you know. We now study with them because at the end of the day, they do not have a record they can be proud of. Notice carefully that whenever they speak, they go back to the time of Simeon Daniel. You know, somebody reminded me a few days ago. They said Sim Daniel leave politics. Let me speak proper English. Sim Daniel left politics since 1992. Sim Daniel's political career ended in 1992. And yet, that is who the NRP has to go to in order to find something to talk about in terms of an NRP record.
What?
Well, why they not talk about Joseph Perry? Why they not talk about their record from 2006 until 2013? Why they not talk about the fact that for all the years that they were in government from 2006, they never one time presented any audited reports in the Navy Silent Assembly? Not one time. Yet they talk about transparency when the Constitution says they must present these audited reports. Why do not talk about the money they met and the money when we get back in that we can't find? There were 10 million US dollars put at Scotiabank. Zook, I hope I have the number right. And that money was put there to secure the repayment of a loan to Trinidad. NRP used the money. NRP turned around, sell the land to people right here in Nugent Heights. And the people cannot get their title. You know why? NRP sell them the land and not pay Trinidad. When we got into office, we have to fight now to find money to pay Trinidad back their money. You all hear about trouble? What? You all hear about the things that we had to deal with? NRP went around this island here, 13 different pieces of land. They said they compulsorily acquire. That means they take the people land. The law say you can take land, yes, once it is for a public purpose, but you must pay compensation. NRP forget that part there. Them not pay a penny to anybody. And right now, the people of Nevis owe in excess of 10 million US dollars to Resthaven. You hear me tell you? 10 million US dollar. Where we going to find that to pay? Because NRP take up Resthaven and not pay the people. So when they talk about governance, they talk about issues, they talk about corruption, because they love to throw that word around. Imagine today, I go on Facebook, they go over there, take a picture of Zook house, put it up on Facebook, and I'm saying, I was in school with Alexis Jeffers. He and I went sixth form together. We have remained friends. In fact, he was in Grenada at my wedding. When a young woman up there said, she's going to take a chance on me. He came to wish me well, and he and I have been brothers since then. I have never heard in my lifetime anybody say, Alexis, take up and put down. We are all known, and that is why I said to my team, we not got to cuss nobody in NRP. We not got to cuss them. The other day when cotton ground, one of them there sit down. The minute you see me start to make noise and start to cuss, I must lose. Me just tell the person, give me a Kit Kat. Let me give you. You don't got to cuss them because everybody know them. Everybody know them. So you don't need to engage in that. And I am saying all my life I have known Alexis Jeffers. He took over land and housing. The person who was there before him, all know when school picnic scene, they say land, house and land. Because that is what he did. Alexis sat in this cabinet and Alexis said to everybody, in fact, I was not even the premier then. Van Samuel, blessed memory, was the premier. And Alexis said, let me tell you something. Once I'm minister of lands, no minister in this cabinet is going to get any government land. Because nobody will ever call his name to say that he was part of any transaction where ministers benefited from land. And to see the man now get a home and they want to put photos of the man's home. But you know something? It's not new. It's the same NRP. The only difference now is them I wear frack and lipstick. But that is the same old khaki pants. The same old attitude. They have brought nothing new. Because they used to be up by me, I take picture of my house too. And the only conclusion that I can come to, as far as they're concerned, some of us must not have anything in life. It is too good for Alexis. That's what they're saying, you know. Alexis' house too good for Alexis. And I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, nothing is too good for the people of Nevis. Once you're prepared to work for what you want and work hard, buy what you want, nobody better than you. And that is the problem that I have going around taking picture. I have a little piece of land. My father of blessed memory left me a little piece of land. My brother called me, telling me the land overgrown. I tell him, get a piece of heavy equipment. I called my partner Fitzroy. So Fitzroy clean out the land for me. The next thing, me see some jumbie put up something on Facebook. So much land me got and me own all this land, and where me get land from. But me not understand. Me not understand. Because one thing about me, and one thing about the CCM party, we don't have a thief, we don't have a scamp. You understand? We are honest people. They are going around now. The biggest thing for them is electoral irregularity. Lord, then there's some big word them are using now. Electoral irregularity, that a big march in town against the electoral office. Now hear the joke, and it goes back to the point Spencer was making. 1 minute they say nothing happening. The next minute they say the project's not complete. So now they say electoral irregularities, but we still gonna win. But I tell them already, here's the problem. What is happening is that they already know that they will lose the election. So all this story before is just so they could have yet another excuse to give to their supporters. They know that they're going to lose. What seat they're going to win? What seat are they going to win? You know, hear what the song say? NRP, are you not tired lose? They know they're going to lose, so they don't start to build the story. So as I said to them the other day, if I am going to run a race against Usain Bolt, me know me can't win. So from all 2 weeks before me start to say me hamstring them not so good enough. And when the track wet, you know, me not like it in wet. And if it dry, me not like it dry. Because you start to build a narrative from before. And I am saying of all parties, why would the NRP be the party to talk about electoral irregularity? And then me, I am aware of, me try mind my business, I'm on the phone and something pop up, say NRP got march. And me so frightened when me look, me see a Hensley Daniel lead the march. Me say, Hensley? Hensley? Head up, are you that? What? Hand up. A court tell you go home, go sit down because IOT election. And you are lead march about electoral irregularity. I tell you, NRP seems to feel that the people of Nevis are forgotten. Them are going around now, say them love non-national. They love non-national, they forget that they used to round up the non-national them. Kick in the door, 4 o'clock in the morning. You can't even be comfortable in your own bed because them are come. Lord, a poor guy and his man tell me, all during the 6 years of NRP, he afraid to cook curry. Me ask the man, what you mean you're afraid to cook curry? He said, Lord, whenever they smell the curry, they kick down the door. That is how NRP used to treat people. They go in King Garden, they take off everybody's name in King Garden off the voters list. And then they come and say they love people. I am here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that the NRP record is a terrible record in government. And that is why we must ensure that on December 12th, we go out in our numbers. The people of number 1 know that there's only one brand in town. The people of number 3 know that we all in with Evelyn. The people of number 4 know that it is Alexis at work and he's always at work. The people of number 5 know that it's all the way with LBJ. And in number 2, the sheriff again in number 2. This election, we are going to create history. It will be all 5 for the concerned citizens movement.
It's only one choice without a CCM on election day. It's only one choice.
Let me tell you, we got some big plans. Sometimes when I hear Latoya talk, I hear Spencer talk. Nobody talk about when Zoop talk. And poor me and Eric, we are listening because we said by the time them they done, no money left. The treasury finish. But there's an important point that I want to make. The reason why it is important to have a representative around the table is that you should have somebody there talking for you. So I can't vex with Alexis when Alexis comes and he says, listen, I want this done in St. James. I can't vex with Spencer Brand when he comes and he says, I need this done in Craddock Road. I want Craddock Road done. I want Government Road done. I want houses up here in Craddock Road. I want houses up here in Hamilton. I want to develop the water infrastructure in town. I want to create a highway right there by the Methodist Church. Lord, I turn on a road here that I can't believe. Where Spencer and them find land to create road there, I don't know. And I am saying to you that the reason why you have a representative is for that person to come to the cabinet to articulate your concerns. The people of St. Thomas's have for too long been outside the cabinet. This is the time for them to come inside the cabinet. This is the time, St. Thomas's, we want you in the kitchen. We want you around the cabinet. We want when the food is shared, your representative is there. The people of St. Thomas deserve to be represented, not only in the parliament, but in the cabinet of the Nevis Island administration. And that is the fundamental reason why we are saying, give us all 5. I hear one of them bawling the other day say, you done got 4. Why you want 5 for? Well, me I get all in Barbados. Keith Mitchell get all in Grenada. And I am saying that here in Nevis, we are going to create history. It's all 5 for the concerned citizens movement. Let us have that mandate to continue the important work that we have started. Before I leave the stage tonight, let me tell you, we have such an exciting agenda. We are finalizing our manifesto. It will be released shortly. And when that manifesto is released, you'll see our plans. How we want to ensure that we have a community college in Nevis to separate the 6th farm from the CSS. How that South Coast Road that has generated so much excitement to take us from Long Point all the way around to Hickman's and open up thousands and thousands of acres of land that is currently not opened up to us for development. I have likened it to what we're doing at the Southeast Peninsula. Latoya has said she wants a brand new primary school over there in St. Thomas's. Spencer Brand said he wants his community center done in town. He wants to see that geothermal project in Hamilton happen. And I'm hopeful that before this campaign is over, we will have good news from the city bay in relation to geothermal. We are talking about our airport and Alexis Jeffers, the man who gets things done. I have said to him, Alexis, we want the airport done. I will put that in your hands to get it done. And it will be done. We are talking about the development of the Long Point Port. We want to have over there a cruise ship facility. And we want also to have over there an enhanced cargo facility to ensure that we can transship from Nevis. We have some big plans. Housing. We have acquired some 6 acres of land there in Brown Hill, below the playing field, Brem. And we're going to do some houses down there. We are going to acquire land wherever we need to acquire it to make sure that the housing revolution that we have started continues, because it started under Malcolm. And it has continued under us. And you know what I'm happy about? When we build house, we not got no set of complaint about the house that we build. Because they boast and say they build Cherry Gardens. And yes, Cherry Gardens is a beautiful neighborhood. But they never remember that people need to use the bathroom. And when they use the bathroom, they need to go septic. When they wash, the water need to go somewhere. Then forget that part. And we had to go back and we had to fix 58% of the homes over there to ensure that we fix that unhealthy situation that the NRP left. That is government at work. For all the people, we will put a team. I want to thank my good cousin Alistair Thompson. He led the team, and you know what I like about Ali? Ali bringing the project on time and on budget. They say nothing has been completed. Talk to the people in Cherry Garden, ask them if the septic problem no fixed. Leave the people in that state. Y'all remember? If I, like me and I, tried to get a little exercise and walk in the morning time, water used to be running in the road in Cherry Garden. That done. That stopped now. Fixed by the CCM. And so what I'm trying to say, ladies and gentlemen, is that our record is there. They drive on Brownhill Road every day. They say we're not finishing a project. Them drive on Craddock Road every day. They drive on Government Road. Them drive on Shaw's Road. They say no project done. Now I see them a big argument now. We start the road over there. Because, you know, the problem that the NRP has with us is that we don't just jump, you know. We are a government that we look, we analyze, we assess, we take advice, and then we act. And so we understood that the people on the northern side of the island was struggling. The road from Cliff Dwellers was a bad road. It had deteriorated. And the negotiations were protracted because the first price Surrey bring. I remember when Spencer come, we tell Spencer, go back and negotiate. And we negotiated and we negotiated, and then we had to negotiate with the bank to get the financing. The road has now started. And Surrey moving like they want to finish the road by Christmas. And that too is creating problems. Because I hear them who start road in Christmas. Let me tell you something. We start road whenever the money is available to start the road. So I don't know what people are complaining about. Because on the one hand, you have motorists complaining about the condition of the road. On the other hand, you hear the NRP say, why them start the road now? Because you see, they understand that progress is written all over the island of Nevis. No parish in Nevis has been left out. I am so happy that because of the efforts of Latoya Jones, an insecure situation at Cotton Ground Ball Field is now corrected. We are talking about the development of the various playing fields. Cotton Ground playing field, help is coming. I see a plan there for stands and bathrooms. Help is coming. We have looked at the basketball courts in Cotton Ground and in Jessop's already refurbished. I hear her tonight make the big pledge to Barnescott that they're getting back their basketball court. And I'm here to say that we are now completing a transfer of lands And we are ensuring that again, for the first time in history, the village of Barnescott will have lands to expand that village. For years, they said it could not be done. When the people cried out about the fuel surcharge and the electricity bills, again, we didn't rush. We consulted. We called finance, we called Nevlec, we talked, and then we came up with a plan to remove 100% of that fuel surcharge from our households and to cap it at 65 cents for the businesses. And all across the length and breadth of Nevis, people are saying they have seen the relief on their bills for electricity. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the government that has worked and continues to work. I am proud as I stand here tonight as the leader of this team and as the Premier of Nevis that we have delivered not one, not two, not three, but 4 double salaries to the hard-working public servants in Nevis over the past 5 years. Public salaries used to be an election gimmick. Not now. I am here to tell you that just in the past week, those frontline workers during COVID received an honorarium of $2,000. Mark you, that's on top of the double salary, you know. And then, just this year, our public servants received 5% salary increase retroactive to January. And today is the 1st of December. So that means in another 30 days, they're going to get another 5% on the 1st of January. And then thereafter, on the 1st of January 2024, another 5% on top of that. 15%, the largest pay increase in the history of the island of Nevis, delivered by your CCM government. And then we talk about the non-established workers. The non-established workers, over the years, we had people work 30 and 40 years. And when they left, the government said, thank you very much. They left with nothing. And they cried out, and again we listened and we consulted. We put a committee in place. And they've come up with a retirement package now for non-established workers as of the 1st of September 2022. We said, ladies and gentlemen, that this party puts people first. We said that people matter most, and we have governed in a way that demonstrates that our people are at the epicenter of everything we do. As I see Surrey Paving doing road in Nevis, I laugh. You know why I laugh? There was a time when only Surrey Paving was allowed to do roads in Nevis. I want you all not to forget your recent past and recent history. Because when I was in opposition, I cried out. I said, what happened to our local truckers? What happened to our local equipment operators? What happened to our local engineers? And Mr. Parry, the Premier of Nevis at the time, went on radio and said when young people, young divisions come back from university, they don't know what they're doing. He said, give them a road up brown pasture. Let them go up there and practice, learn how to drive. And I said to myself, you think the president of Guyana would ever disrespect Guyanese young people like that? You think the prime minister of Antigua and Barbuda would ever say that Antigua and Barbudas don't know what they're doing? You think that any leader anywhere who loves his people would make that kind of comment about his people? And all of that was said to justify allowing all the money to go back out of the country and allowing an outside firm to do all the work while our people sit down here and kick stone. And that philosophy, ladies and gentlemen, is still existing today in the NRP. Because Pat Bartlett went Sinkits on a radio station down there. You know what she said? That for the election, she wants Sinkits people to come over. And she wants them to control the election in Nevis. Because she don't trust Nevis people. What? That is what we are facing. When you have no confidence in your own people, how can your people be asked to repose their trust and confidence in you? How? That is what we're dealing with here. This government took a decision that we will invest in public works. We bought a brand new paver. We bought a brand new milling machine. We said we have quality engineers in the government. We have people who know what they're doing. In fact, I am so proud when I see them building road in Sinkits, and they call Danny and they call Buju to Sinkits to help them to make sure the road's straight. Because we decided that we will allow our youngsters to build Nevis, and that is why we say we are building Nevis for us and by us. A lot of people around here got a little back or something. They're now getting a little piece of the action. They're getting a little bite. That never happened on the NRP because they said we were not good enough to build infrastructure. Look at this road here, built by Public Works. Look at Government Road. Go up to Braziers. Go down Henley Park. Go up Shaw's Road. Go into Brownhill. Go over Farms. Go over Butlers. Go over Bath. All of them built by the men and women of Public Works. And that is why I'm saying all that the people of Nevis need is leadership that has confidence in them. Leadership that understands that our people are no less than anybody else. Leadership that is prepared to stand by their side. Not leadership that is going to insult and denigrate them. And that is why the people of Nevis have consistently said that the Concerned Citizens Movement is the party for them. NRP lose elections since 1992. And they will continue to lose election. And every election they lose, they got a new excuse. In 2007, when the late great Malcolm Richard passed away, they take a young boy at them time, my beard was black. And they throw me in the ring. Van said, you got to go. When I joined CCM in 2006, Alexis and I came in opposition. I thought I had time to grow and develop. 1 year later, Braps, Van said, time, you got to go. Push me over, that is when you can't swim, and they take you and throw you over the pier. And we had a campaign like no other. Y'all remember Run Mark Run? A campaign like no other. We won in what I like to say was a landslide of 30 votes. And Lord, they go up and down, they say it was a sympathy vote. Nobody want he's a sympathy vote. Well, we went back in 2010 and we moved from 30 to 140. What them say then? 2011, when they feeling the pressure, Lord, them start to take off people's name in the dead of night. I remember a poor lady from Bath, she showed up by the court. She said, I want to give evidence. When we check, you know what them say? The reason them had down in the book for the lady's removal from the voter list is deceased. What? Them say the woman dead. A dead woman walked to the court, so she come to give evidence. When Astafan see the woman, Astafan said to the judge, my Lord, Lazarus has risen. That is what NRP did in this country. And 2011, with 203 people removed from the voters list in St. John's. And it was not only St. John's, you know, they did it in St. James too. They did it in town. But in St. John's, I say in August, I brought in my family without taking no last lick. And so we went and we did what we needed to do when we went to the court. We hired the silver fox named Mendez. And Mendez came here. And we banged them in the court. We banged them at the high court. They start to ball. They say all kind of thing. They go to the court of appeal. We banged them again. And they had no choice. They had to go back to the polls. And when they went back, the CCM the Saints went marching in 2013. Lord NRP said the court gave us the election. It's all right. 2015 federal election, bang them again. 2017 local, my first election as leader of the Concerned Citizens Movement. I had been following and been the deputy since 2006. And so I had faithfully followed the Honorable Van Semi for 11 years before he decided that he wanted to retire and pass the baton. And I thank the party for seeing some value in me that they made me the leader in 2017. Well, you know me, you know. October, I believe it was, that I became the leader. I said, you see me like Christmas election. So Vance Labby ring the bell quick sharp. So when people are eating ham and turkey Christmas, they then don't know who the government be. And we went to the polls on the 18th of December. And for only the second time in the history of CCM, the people of Nevis gave us 4 of the 5 seats. We come back federal election 2020. Created history by winning for the first time all 3 federal seats on Nevis. We come back the 5th of August 2022. And them say all kind of things. Them always got prediction as to who gonna lose. And we bang them again. All 3. All 3. And so here we are. I say I want to create history. I like create history, you know. I like create history. This is going to be the first time that I'm aware of that we're going to have local and federal in the same year. And we have one in August, we get all 3. We're going to get one in December 12th, and we're going to get all 5. That is what we will do because the people of Nevis understand that they have a party in the CCM that they can trust. They have leadership they can trust. They have competent leadership, sober, sensible leadership. That is why, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here in Craddock Road tonight to say to the good people of St. Thomas's on my right and St. Paul's on my left, that when you go to the polls on December 12th, it will be a beautiful Monday. It will be a day that the Lord would have made. I want you to go out in your numbers and vote overwhelmingly for the Concerned Citizens Movement. Right here in number 5, there's only one candidate who you have seen tonight, you have heard tonight, who has led a life of service, and that is Latoya Bianca Jones. Over on the left side in St. Paul's, it is only Brand, the only Brand in town. It is Spencer Brand again. Up in number 3, well, Lord, that is Eric Country. Eric Evelyn has said to us that by 10 o'clock in the forenoon on the day of December 12th, 2022, the job would have been finished. Because imagine Eric running against a man who can't vote for himself. Eric said he's going to win the seat the day before election. I don't understand. So what you mean? The man not going to be nominated? Because in Dominica now I see Roosevelt Scary done got 6 seats and election not come yet. Because nobody showed up to be nominated. So Eric, that's what you're saying? Because I believe up by me the same thing might happen. Because since my opponent went down on radio station in St. Kitts, love chat, and I think about what she said. She said, let me share something with you. I voted for him in the last election. Me said, thank you. I knew that long time. I tell you that Pat don't vote for me.
Mind you. And he has gained the confidence, mind you, of some people. Because I know, and I can share this with you and the audience, I voted for him the last election.
Mine and Mrs. You because sometimes when I talk, I find, you know, look at me and say, that boy don't know what you're saying. No? I told you all that the lady was going to vote for me. I tell her so. Because when you go in there, it's only you and God in there, no? When you go in, there's only you and God. And when she looked down and she see she name, and she see me name, she said, Lord, let me vote for good leadership. Let me vote for good leadership. And she now gone on radio to say she voted for me in the DJ, play it again there.
And he has gained the confidence, mind you, of some people. Because I know, and I can share this with you and the audience, I voted for him the last election.
That is my opponent. So if she vote for me, why anybody should vote for she? Ladies and gentlemen, the meeting has been good. I thank you all for coming out this evening. I thank you all for being here in Craddock Road. And on the 12th of December, I want you to go out. Listen, we got a nice crowd here in Craddock Road. Craddock Road, Craddock Road. I want you to wake up, everybody. CCM, let me hear you. Are you ready? Make some noise. Concerned Citizens Movement, the big blue machine. Thank you. Good night, and God bless you.
I'm jamming with the big blue machine. I'm jamming with the big blue machine.
We gone clear, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming out. Thank you very much, our leader, the Honorable Dr. the Honorable Mark A.G. Brantley. We want to remind you, thank you all for coming out in your numbers. And we want the numbers to continue to increase. Tomorrow night, we're going to be in Bad Village, in the Sheriff Country. And then on Saturday night, we're going to be up in Rollins Village, up in my territory. See you tomorrow night in Bad, Saturday night in Rollins. Thank you. Good night. God bless. Get home safely.
Show me your body finger. Show me your body finger. Show me your body finger. Put them up, put them up, put them up. Show me your body finger. Show me your body finger. Show me your body finger. Put them up.